Hello, chat. Welcome to the Monday Kerbal stream. It's me. It's Starshard. I'm here. I'm ready. If you didn't head over to Grumpy Thumper's channel on Friday, then you haven't seen me since last Wednesday, so it's almost been a whole week since we had some time together. But you know what? That's all right. We've had time to think. And oh, that's weird. I have the wrong scene up, it looks like. But that's okay. I did have an important announcement that I wanted to make regarding the Discord. Make sure everything looks right. Ooh, got audio. There we go. First off, server rules apply in all of these cases. Do not friend request or target other wigglies. Hang on, let me get myself in here. That's me. Ooh. Too many things open. Of course, we're playing together and there will be conversation and cooperation, but keep it to a minimum towards other wigglies. Also, friend requesting or playing together in games like VR Chat, Among Us, etc., together when I'm not hosting it are not allowed. Of course, my Minecraft and Terraria servers are perfectly fine to game with each other on 21/7. Just don't organize group activities without me, even if it's just with one other wiggly. Focus on individual grinding and save new major events / bosses for the Twitch stream. And as always, keep the focus on myself and my content. Also, as mentioned in server rule number 1 and in my Patreon disclaimer, active streamers / YouTubers cannot claim these rewards or even be in my server. If at any point you start streaming or making YouTube vids, you will lose your rewards and you will be removed from my server. If you witness someone violating this, let me know. So, what's a wiggly? So this is a big VTuber furry streamer guy, and he calls his followers, his cultists, wigglies, and these are server rules for his Discord, and I assume for his other servers that he has set up. So hopefully you guys now understand what the problem is in the Discord. People playing together, having fun when I'm not around. Unacceptable. All right. Enough of that. Let's switch over to our good friend Kerbal Space Program. Oh, I'm not capturing it. That's why. Professional streamer right here. There we go. Boo-boo. Hey, it's Rainbow Yeti. Welcome to the Monday night Kerbal stream. If you didn't hear from the title, today we're going to be designing, building, I guess designing and building is like the same thing, right? And flying a new mining mission. So that is the goal for tonight. As always, I'm required to check to see if there's anything worth taking, and there is not. All right, what do we have for mining? Because I want to say we have like nothing. All right, so first thing we need to do is get the scanner. Boom, done. Then we need the Convertotron. Yes, please. And what is this? I think we're good with the regular holding tank, so this should be enough to get us started. So first things first, we need a scanning satellite. So let's design that based on one of our old probe designs. I thought I had like a nice lifter set up. What was it? The Inspector 2, maybe? Uh-oh. Maybe not. I mean, it's kind of cool. Now let's just make a new one from scratch. Scan sat. That's pretty descriptive, right? Oh my goodness. Lady Foxlace was not followed to me. I don't know. I mean, you weren't streaming for a while, so I assumed you were staying off Twitch. No big deal. Okay. We need a probe core as our first step. The Probodobodine Octo 2, I think, will be a... Well, how big is the scan set? You like the headset. Thank you very much. It's technically my wife's, but I have... It's mine now. Let's just say that. We need a survey scanner. Well, that's a big boy. Okay. What else do we need? I guess we need a fuel tank. That's always helpful when you're trying to fly something. How heavy is this thing? Rainbow Yeti, what are you having for supper tonight? Is it something fancy? I'll tell you what I had when I get a chance. And then I'll tell you a funny story about it. Okay. I'm like trying to focus on build mode, and I keep forgetting what I'm trying to do. All right, how much Delta V can we get? If, let's say we just use this with a spark. How much Delta V do we get on Minmus? 1286, that's not bad. Gonna make a beef stir fry? Oh, that is fancy. Holy cow, that's way better than what I had. I had, oh, how would I describe it in a way that makes sense? I call it weird pasta because it's like pasta, right? And then there's like a bunch of like vegetables in it. Yeah, I guess it's veggie pasta. It's great. I love it. It's my favorite. And so that's what I had. I suppose we need power, right? That's important. Power. Yeah, these should be fine. Slap them on the side there. Make sure those go out. We will also need a antenna. I guess the high gain is probably perfect. We don't need a dozen of them. See, here's my issue here. This doesn't quite do what I need it to do on its own. I think we might want to make it a little bit bigger. So what if we used, oh, too big. Too small. Or, no wait, that's also too big. That's too small, that's too big. Where's like the just right? Oh, that's way, way too big. I bet there isn't one. That's the problem I'm gonna have. So in that case, we'll use this little fella. Perfect. Can we just slap big old fuel tank on there? I don't know, this seems like overkill, doesn't it? Oh, it's so hard to like design things in this game. Like I guess it doesn't matter like too much if it's overkill, right? Your roommate is having blood oranges for the first time. Well then, how is that going? Entertaining enough, I hope. How is a blood orange different from like a standard non-blood orange? I know nothing about fruit aside from I don't really care for it. Yes, I don't like fruits or vegetables. I'm like a giant man baby. I get it. Like I can't help what I do and don't like. Does this have a... I don't think this has a reaction wheel. Yeah, I think that's the whole point of this thing, is it doesn't have a reaction wheel. Why don't we use the... No, that's really heavy though. I mean, does it matter like how heavy it is? Oh, that's like, okay, that's a big boy. We don't want that. This would be fine, I guess. All right, let's make this the root part. Root. There we go. And all right, now I gotta do it this way. Hey, Dan's awake. Don't you live in like some magical Arctic wasteland where it's always like night or it's always day? Yeah. Well, I'm doing great. They are dark red in color. They're, in Lady Foxlace's opinion, sweeter and less acidic than regular oranges. Cool. Oh, wait, you followed. What the heck? Why did nothing happen? That's, I'll have to look into that. You live in Hungary. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of someone else from Kerbal stream, I think. It's hard to keep track because there's so many different, like, people who go there. All right, hang on. I'm gonna fix this. No, not that. Yeah. I thought I fixed the sound alerts, but I guess not. Okay. Alert box. Yep, yep. Ah, I see the problem here. Actually, no, I don't. The alert box is there. Memory's a fickle beast. It really is. Isn't it like, okay, it's 1 a.m. I was gonna say, it's like super late there. Why do that? I swear this never happens. Yep. Followers. Yep. Ah, there we go. Okay, I think it's fixed now. I just followed myself. That's weird. But thank you very much, lady, for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. I hope, I didn't see that you had returned to Outer Wilds. Have you? What are your plans for that? Or am I just like a dum-dum and I missed all the Outer Wilds streams? So now, hey, this is fine to be down here, I guess. We need a decent engine, which I think is just going to be a Terrier with the strut. And then we need power, which can just be some voltaic panels. Yep, that looks good. This looks like a satellite. Thursday, okay. So Thursday is your Outer Wilds day. That's great. I'm very excited. That's my favorite game ever, so I love watching people play it and like get to experience it for the first time. Very satisfying. Oh. Put a battery in here. Here we go. That looks good. Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of tacky, but that's fine. Then we need a antenna. Wait a minute. This one is smaller. Yeah, we'll use this. Oh, might as well. Because this one will let us, it'll also be a relay, right? No? There we go. Something like that should be fine. Oh yeah, if you guys, I don't know, if you like chill streams, well, not always. Just go check it out, see if you like her stuff. I feel like the best way to like decide if you're gonna like somebody's streams is go click on their VODs and see if you like it, jump around a little bit. That's how I find people to watch, you know, if they're not online, I guess. All right, we got power, we have communications, we have Delta V, we have 2200, which is, you know, plenty. Then we just need payload. Flap this bad boy in a nice big shell. Like so. Look at that. The beast. And let's see what it looks like when it's open. Alright, doesn't look too bad. I like it. What do you guys think? Didn't need to, yeah, that's, she shouts at everybody. She's very nice. My wonderful moderator. And, alright, it looks good to me. I'm trying to think of any, like, issues it could run into. Nothing concerning. Alright. I'm gonna take the game's word for it then. And it is time now to add the middle stage. So this is gonna get us where we need to go. And for this, do we want a skiff or do we want a poodle? So the skiff is oh no, the skiff is lighter. What the heck? Why would you ever want to use the poodle? This gives more thrust and higher ISO. Okay, the poodle actually gives you higher ISP. Let's actually see. Okay, so this gives us 3080. And the skiff gives us, okay, so the poodle's actually more efficient here. Good to know. And we'll go with the double bell design. So I remember Kerbal played this game once and he just like, I don't know, he has not returned to it. He's like that with a lot of games though, right? I feel like if I had so many games to play through, I'd probably get overwhelmed. Because he got that big humble bundle also. But I try to stick to the schedule. I like people to know what they're getting into on the various days. All right, I was gonna tell a story. Okay, so I'm on my lunch break today, right? And I was heading back into work. This is at the end of my break. And I spot in the garbage can what I believe that I saw a half-eaten piece of pizza. And for a split second, as I was passing the garbage can, I thought to myself, man, I could go for some pizza and it's right there. I mean, I didn't do it, but I legitimately thought about eating a piece of pizza out of the garbage like a raccoon, because I don't know, I'm just like a hungry person all the time. And now I kind of want pizza. So thank you for that. Like a rat, yeah, like exactly. Like just get in there and like go to town on it. All right, so now we need to switch over to Kerbal for our launch stage here. And for this, we could probably get away with a skipper. Oh, yep, we can get away with the skipper. This is actually perfect. Oh, yeah, all the trash sniffing or whatever. I don't know. I think it's just, I'm trying to eat less, right? Like, it's a new year, new opportunity to start fresh with not eat, like, pigging out on candy and snacks all the time. So I'm feeling hungrier than I normally am, which I guess is going to result in some interesting food-related hijinks. All right, so this thing can get into orbit, transfer to Minmus, deploy in the orbit of Minmus, and give it a nice scan. So that's what we're going to do today. And it's got power. Oh, we should check the staging. Okay, stage, switch, drop the fairing, switch. Yeah, that works. You know, here's the thing though, right? About changing your eating habits. It's a lot easier to like get into the habit of eating more than it is to get into the habit of eating less. And that's like not fair. Because I didn't start out So I wasn't in like super good shape when I was in the army, but I was in okay shape. And then as soon as I got out, I'm like, I'm never exercising again. I'm gonna eat all the food I want. And then, oh, Dingy's here. Hey, Dingy. How's it going, dude? Now let's launch this thing. You guys have waited long enough. So I'm like, I'm not gonna work out. I'm just gonna eat cake and like all kinds of fatty cakes. And then, you know, that I wonder why I'm fat. But the point here is I never feel like I'm overeating, but I definitely feel when I'm undereating. So I would just like to point out it is not fair. Human biology has screwed me once again. Okay, we're launching. Enough of this trash talk about food. It is time to get some work done. So, I think I mentioned this last week, but me and my wife have started watching movies on Sunday nights as like well, it's a date night, but for me, I also want to watch a lot of comedies because I think that if I watch enough comedies, maybe I'll be more entertaining on the stream. And so last night we watched Uncle Buck, which is a movie from the 80s, like the late 80s. Starts John Candy. It's got Macaulay Culkin, some other people that I don't know. And it was really good. So last week I had watched Caddyshack, right? And that wasn't as good. This was way better than Caddyshack. Thingy wants me to watch DBZ. There's like 500 episodes. How am I supposed to do that? When do I have time? Can I skip the ones where they're charging up spirit bombs? Or the tournament arcs? And just kind of like get the highlights? Just watch like the Cell arc and Frieza and whatever Trunks is in, because he's my favorite. Could watch Kai. It's probably 50 less episodes. What the heck is Kai? Explain yourself, Dingy. I'm not a weeb like you. I know nothing about your Japanimation. It's DBZ without the filler. And they cut out 50 episodes, huh? That does not give me hope for the quality of this television. Make time. I guess I could watch it at work. But then when would I watch your stream? Oh, okay, hang on. I got distracted by chat again. We have somewhat overshot our apoapsis target here. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Watch both. Maybe I could just watch original Dragon Ball, like when Goku's a kid. That sounded kind of fun. He's a little monkey man, and he flies around on his cloud, and he's like a pervert. Okay, that's enough of that. There we go. We're in space now. Keep an eye on our time to apoapsis, and we'll try to maximize our delta V in this launch stage. Gonna do a nice circularized orbit. Oh shoot, I didn't think to launch into min-miss inclination, did I? Oh well, we'll try to fix it. Is Dragon Ball Super different from... Is that a whole different series? Because I know there's Dragon Ball, and then there's Dragon Ball Z, and there's also Dragon Ball GT. And is Dragon Ball Super like a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood type situation where they just retell the original storyline or something? Or is it a whole new series? I'm glad I have some anime experts in chat, even if it's just one. There we go. Let's get that periapsis up. Get it up. Also, if anybody has any Comedy movie recommendations. I am keeping a list. Well, technically Emmykins is keeping the list, but we are keeping a list, and we may watch your movie at some point. For this upcoming weekend, the current plan is a double feature of Adventures in Babysitting and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. So sort of a babysitter theme date night type situation. But if you have any comedy movies from I guess I'll say 1999 and before that, nothing recent, preferably, unless there's something really good. Is the ship unbalanced? It's weird. Doesn't seem to want to stick to 90. Okay, there we go. I think I fixed it. Okay. Oh, nope, that's not good. We need to do some of this, don't we? Oh boy. This is awkward. Can I just... Yeah, if you could just fix that. Okay, there we go. We are now circularized, and now we must ascend. So let us ascend. Hydrate, everyone. Especially if it is dry where you live. It's even more important to stay hydrated. It gets so dry here in the winter. And I love the winter because a couple of reasons. One, it's cold, and I'm a large, hairy man, so I tend to sweat a lot when it's hot. So when it's cold, I can just kind of, wear a t-shirt, and it's great. The other one is because all of the plants are dead, and they cannot give me any allergy problems. The winter is my favorite season. Don't at me. But it's so dry, which, to be honest, is preferable to the humidity here in the summer. But still, I don't like my skin being all dry and crackly and my throat drying out or my nose drying out all the time. Whoa, oh shoot. We are out of communication range, it looks like. We'll have to communicate in pulses then. But yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna watch more movies this year, preferably at least one a week. There we go. And I'm gonna eat less, and I'm gonna stream at least 3 times a week, whether it's on my channel or a collab with somebody. And hopefully that'll well, I don't know how to describe what I'm attempting to do here. I guess putting some kind of structure in my life, or like structure that I enjoy, though, because I go to work every day and it sucks. That's structure. But I think having something to look forward to every day that is a routine, because before this I would just come home, put on a video game for 4 hours, and then go to bed. But now I have, Monday is Kerbals, and Tuesday is whatever, and Wednesday is Oxygen Not Included, and then Friday is... it was Star Sector. We've kind of been experimenting these last couple of weeks. But I do want to get back into Star Sector. I know that's kind of a big draw for some people. They probably aren't here right now to watch Kerbals. It's a very different style of game. It's more arcadey, right? And as always, the option is there for those point hogs. If you're saving up and you want me to play a game, you can cash in that little point redemption, and I have to do it. I can't guarantee that I'll beat the game, depending on what kind or how long it is, but I will at least play one whole stream's worth of the game, even if I hate it. Especially if I hate it. Actually, that might be more fun. You guys make me play Fortnite for a stream? That's some major entertainment possibilities there. Okay, I would like it if the probe control would return. That would be great. Oh, I know what I need to do. Oh, forgot to ditch the fairing. Okay, let's do that now. Let's extend the solar panels. Let's extend the antenna. There we go. And now we should be getting... I don't have a comm relay. This is why I don't use probes. Okay then, fair enough. I will simply wait. Let's deploy the scanner. I will simply wait until we have communications reestablished. Where is the... Okay, there we go. We have communications reestablished. So what is it? 930 meters per second to get to Minmus? I believe that is correct. We may need to tweak it a bit. Add an orbit on there. And we want to come in at a nice... Oh, that's perfect already. Wow. Didn't have to do anything. Good deal. We want to come in at a polar orbit because the ScanSat needs to be in a polar orbit around the body that you're trying to scan. And once we've scanned it and determined where the ore is located, we get to do the fun part, which is send up, or we get to design a drilling vehicle or a miner, send it to Minmus, land it on Minmus where the density is highest, and then practice extracting ore from Minmus. And the goal is to eventually send this craft that we're designing to Eve, specifically to Gilly, land it on Gilly, mine some fuel, or mine some ore, convert it to fuel, and then fuel up all the ships and stations there, because, as you may recall, we had some problems with everything in orbit around Eve. It is currently... how do I want to describe it? It's like foobar? That's a good word. We've got 2 stations in retrograde orbit. We have 1 probe that's basically stranded. We have the Eve return vessel that is stranded around Gilly because we were just barely under the amount of Delta V we would need to get back. And why am I not... Oh, I need to go towards the target, or the maneuver. So the goal is send the miner to Gilly, land on Gilly, get ore, convert it to fuel, transfer the fuel to the ships and the stations, fix everything, and then I'll be satisfied with the Eve situation. But as of right now, this is what we're doing. And I am getting angry about the limited probe controls. Although, limited probe controls are really not that bad for what I'm doing, which is kind of pointing in one direction and going full throttle. Right, we're almost there. You can see the maneuver node approaching here, about a minute out. Some other things. What else? I wanted to talk about some of the interesting things that have happened to me in my life, because I generally try not to think about things that happened in the past because they usually make me cringe a little bit. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. But I realized that I could use that for entertainment purposes and share all my horrible, embarrassing stories from when I was a kid to when I was in high school and beyond, and sort of mine my life for entertainment value. Finally, I'm getting returns on all these horrible, embarrassing situations I've been in. It only took 30 years. All right, Minmus, here we come. Let's take a look. So once this gets pretty close, like so. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay. We'll just leave. We'll just leave it then. And wait till we have better control. So right now we don't have control. Do we have? Okay, we have control. We're gonna turn that off. And like I said, our goal is to get into a polar orbit around Minmus. So we're gonna take a look at Minmus here. We have our line coming in. This is where we're gonna go currently. We're gonna adjust the maneuver node from down here. We're gonna see what our best bet is. All right, we're already off to a good start. Okay, there we go. That's a polar orbit right there. That's all we need to do, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and point it at 0.1 seconds. That's fortunate. Let's turn this way the heck down to like 1% of its max throttle, like a little candle. Okay, you guys don't have to wiggle so much. That's unnecessary. Here we go. Ready? Is it going? Oh, it's going. It's doing something. All right, let's... Oh no, we're good. I'm gonna say, this isn't one of those situations where you have to wait, because the maneuver is basically going to be the same no matter where you are. Not quite. Get this above. Oop. I am no longer pointing towards the thing. What if I go radial in? I wonder. And obviously I could wait till I get to Minmus to do this, but we might as well do it now while it costs less, I think. That's making it worse. Let's do radial out. And this is one of those things where I don't know which burn direction is gonna do what to the orbit. So I'm just gonna like flip around a bunch and try everything. And hopefully one of them works. So here we go. That is also wrong. Okay then. Let's do this again. And focus on Minmus. There's our periapsis. What happens if... Oh, okay. And what if we do that? Oh, I like it. Okay then. And if we do that... Oh, there we go. So 31,000. I like that. I can work with 31,000. So what... Let's see. There's so much anime out there, and I do like... I don't like watching anime itself. I like watching people talk about anime, if that makes sense. I like the concept, the idea of anime, but I can't bring myself to watch it because I know there's so much and it's all localized. So I'm not getting the full experience that I would from a regular American show. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I just don't watch a lot of shows in general. So sitting down to watch something like One Piece or JoJo or anything like that, that's just a huge time sink. And I don't know if it's the kind of time sink that I want to put a lot of time towards. Is this not going to tell me how much Delta V I have left? Oh my god, guys. I just realized something. This I didn't put a decoupler. Oh, it's a good thing we're testing this, huh? I put no decoupler here. So this is just gonna sit here unless I turn on the engine and literally burn off the back half of this thing, which we will actually test. I'm actually going to try that to see if it would work. So let's time warp. If I can get there. Yep. Yep. 10 seconds. And am I already time warping? Okay. All right, warp. Let's go. Why did it stop me here? Warp, please. Okay. Oh my goodness. Kopi B is raiding with a party of 6. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. I am playing Kerbals. I have to assume you were playing Kerbals because that's the only reason anyone would ever raid me. Yo. So I'm going to make the assumption that you are in fact a Kerbal player. You were, okay. Yeah, the Kerbal community tends to be very supportive, and I do appreciate that. So I am Starshard. Well, Starshard 0, I guess. There's a 0 on the end. You just made it back without... Oh my, ooh, 5, ooh. Cutting it close there, huh? You know what? In NASA, they'd call that efficient, so congratulations. So right now, I guess I should explain the mission, right? I am designing a... Well, this is just the mining scanner. I'm sending it to Minmus to scan. And you'll notice an interesting thing here. I didn't put a decoupler here, so I can't actually use the upper portion. Luckily, there's enough fuel that it works without doing that. So we are going to head to the periapsis, like 3 minutes, I guess. Warp. But the plan is to build a mining vessel. And the reason I need a mining vessel is because I have a bunch of ships stuck in retrograde orbit around Eve, and I need to go fill them up with fuel so I can fix that. So that is the main driving force for all of my missions at the moment. Oop, it's wiggling. You guys see that? Get a wiggle. Oh, that's an emote right there, guys. Look at that. Okay, enough wiggling. Let's make sure that we do this right. So we want to get in a nice polar orbit. I don't remember the exact altitude you need to have, because there's like actual rules for that kind of stuff for the scan. They didn't go badly, I just executed them poorly. Like, the missions worked, but my first mission there... Oh. Thank you very much, Kobe B, for the follow. Appreciate it. So what happened was, I had a mission to put a space station. Oh my gosh, another one, Ash174, thank you very much also. Hope you guys enjoy some more Kerbal content. I had a mission to put a space station in orbit around Eve. And I built the space station, and I sent it to Eve, and I put it in a retrograde orbit, because I was just like, whatever, we'll put it in a retrograde orbit, we'll finish the mission, we're all good. Ash is new. Welcome. Welcome to both of you, and any additional raiders that may have come, who may be AFK or lurking or whatever. I also appreciate that. So the station is in retrograde orbit, right? But the mission's not completing, because what I had done foolishly was weld a couple of experiments on there, because I'm like, oh, I need to take some experiments. It's got a science lab. We'll do some experiments. It'll be great. So I'm like, oh, well, I didn't put any on there when I launched it. I'll just send up a Kerbal to put some on there. Turns out there's a clause in the mission that's like, you can't add parts once you launch it. Once you launch it, it's done. So I fly it all the way to Eve. The mission doesn't trigger. I'm like, okay, I got to send another exact copy of this station to Eve. I'm like, well, I already put the first one in retrograde. So I guess I'll just put this one in retrograde too. Who cares? Then I get there. I have very little fuel left because I screwed up the maneuver. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just leave it. And then I send another mission at the same time, which was a return mission, not for Eve, but for Gilly. So it's got a lander, it's got nuclear engines. And I'm thinking, oh, you know what I could do? I could like take some of the excess fuel out of this ship that I'm sending to Eve and put it in one of the stations. That's not going to work because there's a heat shield between the fuel tank and the cockpit. So that's right out. Anyway, I fly it to Gilly. So I get in retrograde orbit before I realize this. Then I need to fly to Gilly and do a rendezvous there to get into orbit, circularization. But since I'm in retrograde orbit, it costs twice as much to capture around Gilly. So I burned through all of my fuel in my nuclear engines, by the way, which had like 6,000 delta V when I started. I'm down to 300 in there right now. And so I'm in orbit of Gilly. I'm like, oh, I'll just transfer the excess liquid fuel from my lander. Again, can't do it because of the heat shield. And so now I have to send a miner to refuel everything and fix it. It was just, I don't like Eve. I didn't want to go to Eve. The mission said I had to go to Eve, so I did. I wanted to go to Duna. In fact, I did go to Duna afterwards. And so that's why I need to send a mining ship to Eve to fix all the problems. With unlimited fuel, any problem can be solved in this game. Let's see if we can perform the survey. Ah, we can. Beautiful. So now we should be able to see the color. And I want to toggle the overlay. Resource or cut off. Now I don't, okay, there we go. Ooh, is red good or is red bad? I don't actually know. Can I change it? Red must be good, right? You have like, okay, so red is good. That's good. Red is always good? I mean, it depends. Sometimes it means stop. And I never stop. All right, so looks like the ore concentration is relatively low, which is, it makes sense. We're playing on hard. So 50%. Can we look at this? And I'm so not used to doing this. Does CurbNet do anything? Maybe. Yeah, no. All right. Can I like zoom way out? Other way. There we go. Ooh, neat. I like it. Okay. Playing on hard. What are the key differences? Okay, number one, reverts and quick saves, not allowed. Number two, resources are reduced by 60% or reduced to 60% of normal, along with 60% fewer rewards from missions and 60% fewer science gains. And then penalties, which you don't usually run into, are 120%, I think. Let me check. I can take a look here. So yeah, 60%, 60%, 60%, and then penalties are 200%. Re-entry heating is on. No respawns, facilities. Yeah, basically all this stuff. No reloading sounds brutal. We lost Jeb, but that's being the only casualty. And that's a whole different thing. If Emmykins can dig up the clip, I'm sure she can post it in the chat. It was a real treat. I mean, you know, not really. But it was kind of funny how it happened. Okay. So now that we've done this, I think it's time to test out my hypothesis, which is that even without a decoupler, we should be able to burn through this with the engine on the inside. What do you call the streamer? Well, you can call me Star or Star Shard or Shard, if that's your question. Or you can call me the streamer, the only streamer on Twitch. I wish. Well, no, that would be fun. The streamer. I could, yeah, imagine. I wonder if there is somebody that just has the username the streamer. I suppose that would be really easy to look up. So, behold the streamer. I don't know. I don't think other streamers would go for that if I declared myself the streamer. So my hypothesis, like I said, is that we can burn through the metal on the back of the ship and just kind of blow it off. So we're going to test that. And to account for any potential catastrophic failures, we're going to burn retrograde so that we are in a collision course with Minmus in case we need to do a crash landing. They have 7 followers. Oh, okay. So the streamer does exist, but they're not doing too hot, I guess. Maybe they do it more for like, if someone wants to know, oh, who's this streamer? I'm like, and then they're the viewer. No, that doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. Anyway, good name. Solid username. I like it. Steal and coin it. Haha. Okay, Emmykins found it. He found the legendary clip. Jeb is dead. We're gonna turn this one off. And we're gonna turn this one on. And we're gonna burn right through this thing. Oh, let's actually see if we can go prograde with this. Probably be better. I mean, if chat wants to come up with a pet name for me, that's fine. But I don't have one besides... I've had this username for like 20 years at this point. I can't change it now. It's working. It's working. Here we go. Overheat has begun. Come on. That's true. I did do a memorial also, which chat seemed to enjoy. It's probably the funniest thing I've ever done, and it was my second or third stream, and it's been all downhill from there. Okay, this thing is not overheating at all. What the heck? What is going on? It was so promising. It started overheating, and now it's just not. I plant flags near bases. I have a memorial station that is in orbit. It's the station that got blowed up there. I sent up a Kerbal to attach a new cockpit, and it's now called the Jeb Memorial Station. But I don't think a flag graver. There's a flag with a plaque dedicated to Jeb on Duna. But that's the closest thing that I've done. What do you mean not true at all? Did I do something funnier? Please tell me if I did. I should be clipping those instead of other things. This is not overheating, chat. I don't think it's working. And now I am sad. Okay, it's just not going to overheat, I guess. Well, then I was right to put this thing on a collision course, I suppose. Because now it's gonna crash. You guys ready to see the big boom? It is, yeah, it is chat's job to. Well, that's, you know, the advice that always gets given out with these things is have a dedicated clip button. Like you press it and it marks off on your stream what you thought was actually cool or funny or whatever. And then you can share that on YouTube. Okay, turn this on. There's a little bit of fuel. We're just gonna burn it off. And I don't even remember to clip people when I'm a viewer, so I don't know, man. Bad streamer. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, here comes Grumpy with the 17 guys. Sorry, it's not Star Sector. You guys have to wait till Friday. But thank you very much, Grumpy. I hope that your campaign is going well in Star Sector. I know that game can be brutal, even on vanilla. Well, for me at least. I guess for you, it's probably a cakewalk. Raid. Nice raid. So, we're about to crash this. So if you guys came for explosions, you're just in time. I was about to crash this thing on the surface of Minmus, which I'm going to do now. So here we go. Let's do the time warp again. Oh no. I'm telling you, that challenge it's not worth the effort. You'd be better off just installing some mods or something. Maybe some new factions. All right, here we go. Coming in for a little explosion. Gotta shoot? All right, go shoot. Do what you gotta do. I'm always here. Well, that's not true. I'm not always here. I'm here a lot of the time, but I'm not always here. But I hope to see you again in the future, and I'll come check out your stream when I get a chance. Never give up. Never surrender. If I grab Thar's hammer, you shall be avenged. Oh, that's true. Emmykins is very upset about your hating on K-pop and Squirtle. All right, let's make sure we are facing the right direction here. Oh, this is gonna be juicy, guys. Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you guys are ready for this explosion. I feel like I could have increased the speed, but we'll see what happens. Oh, there goes a solar panel. Flying off into infinity. I'm actually curious what the trajectory on that is. Is it gonna just come back down? Yeah, it's just gonna come back down. That's fine. Yay, explosions! Woo! You gotta listen to more K-pop, man. I think you just haven't found the right kind. All right, return to Space Center. Oh my gosh, something happened. Get him bap. Get him bop. Let me know how that's meant to be pronounced. It sounds like someone scat singing, but I don't want to presume. Ooh, plant flag on Duna and science data from surface. Okay, time to upgrade. Time to upgrade. Science data from surface of Duna. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now that that is complete. Giddy, all right. Giddy works. GGG, you gotta go. Oh man, okay. Well, have a good time. Doing whatever you're doing. Let's see here. Oh, is that your tier list? Okay. What am I doing? That's no, that's the Mun. We don't want to look at the Mun. We want to look at Minmus. And we specifically want to look at the... Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Don't tell me... Is there a way to, like, check? You know, I really need to look up how this is meant to work. It's not, nothing is changing. Is it because I took the scan set out of orbit? Is that what can happen? I've seen choice. Is that the Pokemon tier list? Yeah, I had some words about that as well. Him putting Charizard in S tier is just wrong on so many levels. Okay, okay, I figured it out. So that we have a decent chunk here and at the poles. So let's see. Oh, I think I like the swirlies a bit more. Okay, so we can gather fuel from this equatorial area here. Or the poles. We'll probably stick to the equator because it's more efficient. Now it is time to design. You know, I understand the Charmander being higher tier than the Charmeleon, because a lot of those middle evolutions are kind of funky looking. This isn't based on the original red-blue cards that you grew up with, where Cloyster is an invincible tank and Charizard is hot garbage. No, I think he based it on aesthetics, primarily. And even then, I don't know. Okay, so this is our design for the mining device. And to that end, we're gonna need the ISRU, which is here, the Convertotron 250. Just slap one of those bad boys on. You know, maybe we want to put it up here. Yeah, that works. Then we can put a fuel tank, like a big chonker fuel tank right here. I like it, I like it. Then we want some ore tanks. Here we go. Radial holding tanks and small holding tanks. Yeah, okay, this works. We slap 4 of these bad boys on here. Let's make sure that we're designing this for the Minmus landing. Make a slightly larger fuel tank, I think. Ooh, okay, he's taking suggestions for K-pop chat. Ah, see, that seems too tall though, doesn't it? I think we're better off with this one. Yeah. Yes, that'll just have to do. The tiny one, right? Yeah. You want 4? Make that, I think. No, that doesn't look right. Like that. That looks right. Then we need the actual drill, which is located here. We'll just slap 2 of those on the side. Right there. So let's see how this look deployed. So we want to make sure that no matter what, this is where the cutoff is. So to that end, I am proposing that we install an extra fuel tank down here. Move the ore tanks down. Yeah, that should work, I think. Although, the issue I'm running into now is that I need a place to put the solar panels. And it's just making it harder. Because I need big solar panel. I guess I could put them up here. I think a different Dan might be talking about Blackpink, by the way. For those of you not in the know, big RCS fuel tank. Perfect. Maybe that's too big, actually. Yeah, that's too small. Great. What if I did this? Oh, I know. Okay, I got it now. We do a fuel tank on... Okay, this thing is turning into like a behemoth. What if we move the ISRU down below? Like that. Yeah, that works, right? It looks okay. And then what I normally would do is put on a modular girder segment like this, and then attach the legs there. And for this particular one, I think we want the big boy lander struts. And unfortunately, they don't quite go on there the way that I want. So I have an idea. No. Come on, game. Obviously, that's not what I wanted to do. We're gonna do this. Then we're gonna put the fuel tanks on the end. Uh-oh. Oh boy. How are we gonna get this lined up, chat? I have no idea. That looks correct, I think. Oh no, it's like super wiggly. Okay, that's just gonna have to work. That doesn't look too bad, does it? I like it. And then we put the legs, the landing legs, yes. Like that. So now if we put this on the ground, you should see, beautiful. It should just deploy like that. I'm not sure where the physics start. I want to say it's at the bottom here, right before the actual drill goes out. But we can test it on the launch pad, right? Worst case scenario, just move this up a little bit. Yeah, that works just fine. Okay, so there we have all that connected up. We could even squeeze in some extra ore tanks if we really wanted to. Manual move them using the top right controls. Move them where? I just wanted them to be like perfectly centered. And I do know about the move controls, but I tend to only use those for very fine adjustments. Okay. Oop. Yeah. I gotta remember the keyboard shortcuts for that. Okay, so that looks good. Next, we need some thermal stuff because this thing is gonna get hot. Pulls only nearby parts. Question about nearby parts, chat. What does that entail exactly? Oh god, this is way too big. A bit clunky, and it's fine. It's just I want it to be wide at the base is mostly what I'm looking for. Although honestly, it probably doesn't need the girders. Like that looks fine. It does what I need it to do, and then I just need to put an engine on the bottom. Probably just be a poodle. Like that, see? Everything works out. Make sure that intersects with the ground. The clearance is a little iffy. Probably increase that a bit just to be safe. Yeah, that should be good. All right, we're getting there. Manual controls, not the Oh, okay. I mean, the shuttle's gonna be clunky too. It's just, that's my design philosophy. Okay. So what do we need now? We want it to dock. which means we're gonna need some RCS stuff. Oh, we need radiators. Yeah, with the aerodynamics, I don't care. I'll launch a brick into space. Doesn't matter too much to me. Do we do maybe the thermal one? The medium one will be good. Send it out. What happens if we rotate it? Does it intersect? Yes, it does. That's no bueno. Can't have any intersect. Do a small one. That should be good, right? So, next we want the solar panels. Like that. You know what? We could just put the big radiators up top. Like that. I like it. Looks good. Now the question is, how do we dock this thing? Or do we dock it? Maybe we rendezvous with the other craft. I guess we do technically need to dock it with some space stations. Okay, let's do some design work here. What do I most often need to do with RCS? I need to translate. So down, up, left, right, whatever. Am I missing anything? You guys are talking about K-pop again? Oh wait, I see someone new. Fuzzatron. Three favorite genres are extreme metal, hardcore punk, and experimental jazz. Wow. That's those are some disparate things there. Da, da, da. Top and middle for RCS. Let's look at where the center of gravity is, or center of mass. So let's make sure these are filled up with ore, because ideally we're going to be showing up with a fuel tank full of ore. And I think, looking at this, okay, here's what I would do. I would put extra fuel tank. I can find one. Just sneak one in there, right there. Perfect. So this thing is just the orange menace at this point. So what I'm gonna do, as I've done this before with RCS, we're gonna get a big thruster boy. No, that's a small one, big one. Like that. We're gonna put them on the dorsal and ventral sides, like that. And then we're gonna put the place anywhere ports. Like that. So this should let us go, like, 10 my arm is the ship, right? We can go this way, and we can go this way, and then we can go up and back. So that should cover all of our necessary maneuvers. We will need some RCS fuel, however. And for that, we're gonna want, we'll just put some nice monopropellant in there. How much is in there? 20? That should be plenty. All right, let's empty the ore tanks. So without ore, it's a little unbalanced, but that's fine. Oh, I suppose we need to put the docking port on here, right? Oh, did I miss something? Hang on. Top and middle, forward adjustments. Forward adjustments, I can go this way. I should be able to do everything. We're gonna test it out before we send it to Eve. Although, well, I can't really test it out in the traditional sense. I'm gonna send it to Minmus and hope that it works. Is more the case. So let's make sure, so this has a decent thrust of weight. Let's make sure it can take off with all the ore tanks full. Yep. And if it can do it on Minmus, it can definitely do it on Gilly. It doesn't need to transmit or doesn't need an antenna. Service compartment can be used to have central RCS. Oh, that's true. It probably isn't necessary though. I think I've covered all my bases. It only just barely needs to be able to dock. So what I'm gonna do next is put a docking port on the top. Wrong size. Wrong one. The heck? There it is. Perfect. We slap a docking port on the front. Like so. Okay. Does anyone see any outstanding issues with the design as it stands? We call it the Min Miner. It was going to Minmus, and it's a mining craft. Wait, what? Called it. Oh. No, they have different modes for different things. That's cool. And don't say it looks dumb, because I know it looks dumb. I can't help that. Batteries? Ooh, yeah. Aerodynamics do not matter. I'm gonna put a bearing over it and just launch it as is. Once this thing's in space, it's not coming back. Slap those in there. Anything else? We got RCS, we've got the tanks. I guess I should make sure that the Delta V's, 2700 Delta V will get us basically anywhere we need to go. More mono, you think? That's probably safe. Just do something like that. I don't want to go too crazy because it really doesn't need that much mono propellant, and it can make more with the ore that it gets. Make sure these all look good. Yep. They extend out. These extend out. They don't block anything. I guess they kind of block a little bit. I'll move them up a bit. There we go. And they don't need a ladder or anything. Anything else? You know, I could just ditch this. Do 4 ports like that. Should give me about the same. Test this. Okay, make sure this is in the center. Move this down a bit. Can I just put this on here? No. I thought they made an RCS that was everything in one. Do I need to unlock that? Battery, monopropellant, 8 thrusters. Fold the legs, we're good to go. Where did chat go? They come and go. They've got stuff going on. I try not to worry about them too much. They know where to find me. No, I don't want aerodynamics. What would it be under if it even existed? I just don't think it exists. So we will ignore that. So we need to get this thing into space. That is our plan for tonight. Fold the legs. Legs are stowed. Let's go ahead and make this thing take off from, well, not really Kerbal, right? Like, I don't think the thrust to weight ratio with the Poodle is going to be enough. Like, it's got 0.52 on its own. Probably take the ore out though. That's a little bit better. I should put a probe. No, this is going to have a pilot. I think I have a, okay, I do have an available pilot, and I do have some engineers ready to go, so that's good. I have 1 pilot left. Yikes. Minor change. Let me move this up a bit to be online with the other side. Okay, missing parachute, that doesn't matter. Missing a ladder doesn't matter. Cannot transmit science doesn't matter. I don't need a probe. I've got power. I've got control. I've got the docking port. Oh, I know what I need. Need some cargo. Because you never know when you're gonna need a fuel line. So stick it in there. Oh, you know what else you never know when you're gonna need? The physics on Minmus? Oh yeah, I know that. It's fine on Minmus. Like, it's got 13 thrust to weight, plenty of delta V, it's all good. So that looks good to me. We've got the drills, we've got the ore tanks, so that can hold up to 1,200 ore, which is a decent chunk. My only concern is gonna be, is this gonna have enough fuel in it to get where I need it to go and to also rendezvous with the other craft? That's my only problem right now. I could leave an antenna. Yeah, I suppose, like, doesn't hurt, right? I mean, it does kind of hurt because I got to find a spot for it. Like, the only relay would be the high gain, because everything else is just a regular antenna. I'll just put one of these up top. And rotate. Rotate. That's not absolute. What are you talking about? There we go. I think we got it. Does that look... That doesn't look straight up and down to me. Now, I'm not a level. That doesn't look right at all. How about now? Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I can handle that. All right, let's see. Service compartment, stow fuel at the same time. Hide small cells. What? Already got the battery in there. I don't think I need more fuel. I mean, it would be kind of nice, but I'm kind of pushing up on the edge of what I can carry without having too much weight dragging around. Because the end goal is to get this thing to Gilly, which is here, where it's going to have way too much delta V, and the thrust is, or the delta V is going to be the same. The thrust to weight's going to be super high. And if I load it up with ore, convert the ore into fuel, which is about almost this whole bottom tank is all the ore. Where are the turbo lasers? Yeah, those are in a different part of the facility. I try to keep those away from the new vessels. All right, I like it. It looks, it's very unique. Got a unique look to it. So we can dock, that's good. It's got power, it's got thermal dissipation. And now we need to actually get this thing into orbit. So, for that, we are going to need decoupler this time. Very important. In fact, before I forget, I should head over to the ScanSat. Did I not save the ScanSat or something? ScanSat. And add a decoupler so we don't have that problem again. Wrong size. There we go. Perfect. I like how I checked the staging and still managed to mess it up. That's fine. All right, back to the min miner. Where are the sharks? They're over there somewhere. Out past the launch pad, swimming in the ocean, living their lives. Oh, those sharks. Yeah, no, they're in charge of accounting, finance, and all that stuff. So now we need a protective shell. That's not big enough. Is this as big as it gets? Uh-oh. Okay, screw it. We don't need a protective shell. We're just gonna launch this thing. Warts and all. Literally. I've launched much worse than this, so should be fine. So we're gonna want blah blah blah, some engine or some fuel tanks. Make sure we're on Kerbal for this part, and we're gonna want a mainsail for sure. So what do you think, mainsail? Is that gonna work for you? Perfect. How about if we start adding more fuel? I like it. I like it. 1.45. Okay. Now it's time to add some extras. Let's twist that. Here we go. Why don't we throw on a couple kickbacks? Oh my, these are quite large. Wow. Yep. Those are definitely something. We'll strut them up. Like so. That's not right at all. Why would you think that's what I would want? There we go. Strut it up. Slap some cones on them. Looks good. Okay. Is there... I don't think there's a presidential election in 2022. I guess there... Well... No, because even if it's like a special election, it would only be until the end of the current term. So we're going to launch these all together. Oop, nope, keep the solid fuel normal. Put this down to like 1.35. Oh, that's good. That's perfect. The alternative, of course, is I could use liquid fuel boosters, which might actually be preferable here. What did we use that one time? Did we use the twin bore for something? I feel like we did. That was hilarious. Let's do it again. It's so big. Jeez. All right, let's use the hydraulic detachment manifold. Fish are food and not funds. No, clams are the funds. Okay, we're gonna use the twin bore because it's fun. And we have a lot of money to burn. And we only need to put this thing into orbit one time. So it's not like we're gonna be hurting for, whatever. Make sure we enable fuel crossfeed. Yes. Check the fuel delivery. Yep, that looks normal, yep. That's what it's supposed to look like, all right. That's not correct. Fix that. So we launch everything. I guess this could use an additional big tank. Yeah, that looks dumb. Spin it. Put a break between them. Like so. All right, how is that? Oh boy. That's still too much. Put an extra tank on top. Too small? Perfect. And then, yep. Man, these colors don't match up. That sucks. We'll use the orange then. And then we will put a nose cone on that. If I can find it. Aerodynamics, there it is. Oh, that looks terrible. That's just too big. Oh, wait, this one. It's fine. Alright, there we go. This thing looks so dumb. Oh well, if it looks dumb and it works, it's not dumb, right? It's kind of dumb. Put more fuel. Oh boy. Thing's gonna get to orbit in, well, in something. It's gonna get to orbit. Like, that's not up for debate. Ooh, wait, that looks cool. Okay, now we're talking. 20, 20, 10, 30? What's the fuel flow here? Yeah, I think that works. And let's make sure we do some auto strutting here. Auto strut to grandparent part. Is there anything else? Keep in mind, if the whole thing goes kaput, we can just bail out and use our parachutes to gently float down. So we don't have to worry about the Kerbals getting hurt, at least. I hope. Obviously, something could go horribly wrong. I guess the main thing is we gotta save our pilot. The engineer is whatever. Like, I feel kind of bad about that, but not that bad. We have too many. Okay, cargo. Little minor fixes. We want to have an EVA kit and a fuel hose. Tail fins? I think it's probably fine without fins. But you know what? Just to be safe, I'll slap some on there. Because I have had problems in the past with drag. And flipping. Because it's not exactly aerodynamic, right? We could put a cone on here. Just ditch it later. Yeah, that looks not stupid at all. Ah, screw it. All right, I think that's as much work as I want to put on this thing. And missing lander, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Let's do it to it. Bronc Bash, welcome. Power? We got power. We're good. I'm glad so many people are chiming in here. I don't want to miss anything. Much like the song from Armageddon, I don't want to miss a thing, which was about space, so it all ties together. But I think we've got everything. We've got the landing legs, we've got the drills, we've got power, we've got radiators, fuel, monoprop, RCS. I guess the only thing that I could think of would be more reaction wheels, but it's probably fine. So let's prepare for launch. Sunrise launch? Okay, sure. I can do that, I suppose. Just recover the vessel so it doesn't fall over. So here we go. Does clicking the you got reaction wheels? I mean, they're in the lander can, so it should be fine. If I warp to sunrise, is that gonna take me to the right spot? You'd add another reaction wheel? Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I've got batteries. I've got 800 in batteries alone. We'll just put the reaction wheel down here. And a control, put a big reaction wheel. Perfect. Yeah, that looks official. I can deal with that. Well, except for the weird, like, gap. What the heck? Yeah, alright, we're gonna have to do a little bit of finagling here to make it look good. Make sure there's no weird gap in there. Alright, looks good. I can deal with that. Then the reaction, okay, I got the reaction wheel. It's fine, top fairing for drag. I'm not gonna worry about aerodynamics. It's just gonna look dumb. I tried to do a fairing and I couldn't get it wide enough. So we're gonna save it. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go to sunrise. And then we're gonna go. And if it goes catastrophically wrong, you guys can say I told you so. Oh, that's not sunrise. Okay, hang on. Let me fix that. More fuel efficient with less drag? I mean, I can always refuel it. It's not a big deal. Okay, here goes the sun. Let's get a nice sunrise launch here, as requested. Come on. I don't want to go too fast because I'll miss it. Kind of nice though, like watching the skybox. Very peaceful. You can hear the crickets chirping for whatever reason. Okay, game, I'm ready. Is that actually the Milky Way, or is this like an artist's thing for KSB specifically? Because I've seen that there's a mod that adds the real Milky Way skybox to the game. And as someone who is marginally adjacent to being in the space community, I don't follow too much of it. I mostly just play Kerbals. It's the cheesy way, yes. Exactly. That's a much better name. Isn't it weird how we've stuck with the Milky Way being the name of our galaxy just because some Greek dudes called it that? All right, here we go. Sun is approaching. Soon we can launch. The replicated universe. Oh, there we go. There's the sun. Get into the VAB real quick. All right. I'm all loosened up. Let's make sure we got the right Kerbals. Pilot engineer is correct. Final checks. Staging. Looks good. Looks good. That's true. Like, we've already called it the Milky Way. I don't know. It's just such a weird name. But we can't change it now, right? It's like changing the days of the week. We've already got it. You can't. There's nothing to fix. Okay. Ready to go. The sun is rising off in the distance, as requested. The wind is blowing, and we are just about go for launch here, boys. Pilot engineer is good. Fuel looks good. No ore loaded up. All right, here we go. No countdown, because that's lame. We're just gonna go. Gonna throttle back. just to be safe. You know what? I didn't check the control point. Luckily, it was already good. And if I don't read your messages for the next, I don't know, minute and a half while I'm launching, then please forgive me. I'll try to catch up. But the last time I looked at chat while I was launching, it was a catastrophe. So don't want to get a repeat of that. As long as you guys aren't talking about Kerbal fan fiction again, I think I'll be fine. Okay. We're not flipping, which is definitely good. We're getting there, though. I think I have enough gimbaling that it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, please don't flip. Keep an eye on our apoapsis. Don't want to throttle too high. Doing good. We're doing good. I think we can throttle up a bit now that we're in the upper atmosphere. I know this isn't perfect, but I'm just trying to avoid flipping the craft again. Yeah, this should be fine now. Oh, look at these. Oh, did I, okay, these are, I guess I probably should have done that a while ago, huh? I forgot I wasn't using fuel hoses, so they weren't gonna shut off. Perfect. Now we just burn. All right, let's catch up with chat. We could right here change the name is chat and make it viral. It'll be known as the cheesy way going forward. Wait, you want to rename our galaxy to the cheesy way? I don't know. I feel like we could do better than that. Are you guys just trying to make up new words for things now just because I said that? I used to think about that a lot, actually. Where if I was in charge of naming things, what would I call them? And I don't know. That's a lot of work. Do I have to? Can somebody else do it? I gotta name everything? Okay. So this looks like we're on a pretty good trajectory. We're up high enough that the aerodynamics shouldn't hurt us. Orange. Orange is an interesting one. This is a sexy, smooth launch, you think so? I've had a lot of practice launching stupid things without fairings. I like to think I'm getting okay at it. But yes, the orange. Why is it called the orange? Because it's orange? Was there a name for the color before the fruit? Nobody knows. I'm sure somebody knows. If you're an etymologist, you probably know. Or just someone who has access to Google, you probably know. Does anybody know what actual engine the mainsail is based on? Because I'm interested about these two little side bits here. And I was hoping if I could see the real one, there would be an explanation. The color is named after the fruit. Wait. No, okay, hang on. We got somebody saying the color came first, and then somebody saying the color is named after the fruit. So, which is it? Exhaust chambers? I mean, the whole thing is an exhaust chamber. That's the whole point of a rocket, right? It just shoots out exhaust, and that's how it makes things go. Ooh, this is smooth. Look at that. It's beautiful. And we've even got extra delta V, which we're just gonna ditch because I don't want to haul this whole thing into orbit. Okay, once we get around 20 right there, that looks good. I'm gonna shut this off. And we're gonna go. Goes the poodle. Beautiful. Okay. Looks like Emmykins is providing some K-pop. Oh, if anybody likes or doesn't like K-pop, I don't know. Is that a playlist that you linked to? I think you messed up the link. Okay, there it goes. All right, launch was successful. How long to... Oh, wait. No, not successful. That's bad. Hang on. Bad, bad, bad. Gotta fix our periapsis here. You know what makes me kind of mad? I can't see even the word Perry in the word in periapsis without thinking of Perry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb. Even though I've never seen the show. But meme culture has injected that into my brain, and it can't escape. Okay, let's take a look here. Injection turbofan exhaust can vary depending on if it's a closed or open cycle engine. Oh, okay. I assume these are rockets, so they should be closed cycle, right? But again, I'm not an aerospace engineer or really anything. I'm an accountant. So unless you have questions related to Excel, I probably can't help you. All right. We've got 2,500 delta V. Let's think about that. That's enough to get to Minmus, land on Minmus, take off, and come back, I think. Probably not quite. But we can definitely get there and land and drill, which is all that really matters. How much farther to periapsis here? How many if statements can you make in one cell? I don't know what the actual limit is, but I wouldn't do more than... Well, it depends on what you're trying to do, right? Because I use a lot of, oh, what is it called? Sum ifs, which is basically an unlimited amount of if statements related to one value or a series of values. It's very helpful when you're trying to summarize things. But really, you shouldn't be doing too much logic in Excel where you need to use a lot of if statements. Ifs are different to if, apostrophe s's. Uh-oh. You can only make 7 ifs? Okay. Well, there you go. I've never had to have that many. Okay, we are gaining altitude once again, which is good. The sooner we get out of the atmosphere, the sooner we can circularize. Just need to keep an eye on our apoapsis. So most of what I do involves sum ifs and pivot tables. I get a lot of data out of the accounting system, and then I have to put it to good use. It's very boring, which is why I don't typically talk about it on stream. Now, if I was, say, a NASA engineer who helped design the Mars rover, all right, well, then I got stuff to talk about, especially during a Kerbal stream. Yeah, pivot. Pivot. You gotta slide it turnways. Okay, what does this say? Warning, contents might explode. That's just vague enough to be useful. Might explode, I don't know. Maybe they're under pressure, maybe they're volatile, who knows? All I know is they might explode. You know, while we're doing this, let's take a look inside. Ooh, look at that. Hey, how's it going, guys? This is such a good lander cam for mining vessels, I think, because it holds two, so you can have the pilot and the engineer. And from a more practical standpoint, you can kind of see out the bottom, so you can almost think of it as you're actually watching the touchdown. Did I know I could double click in and zoom? I did know that. Yep. You really want to? Can I do this one? Well, that's the same one. Wait a minute here. Hey, that's what kind of funny business is this? They're using the same model as the other one. You shouldn't be able to see this, because obviously that window is blocked. You know, from this thing. Life-changing. I don't know about life-changing, but okay. You know what I could do, though? I could turn on the interior overlay so we could see into the cockpit. Focus, camera, aim camera. There we go. Now we can see inside the vessel. They got science in there. They got a little drawing. They've got, oh, stuff for rock samples. That's perfect. We're going to be taking a lot of samples of rocks. Hope you guys enjoy living inside of a tin can for however many years. Functioning telescopes. I think there's a telescope mod that's more than just the like asteroid spotter one, right? Which is a telescope technically, but you can't look through it. Oh, jeez. Spilling water on myself. Everybody drink. Preferably water. You got to stay hydrated. So what's the plan for the rest of the week? Tomorrow, I'll be over on possibly an alien stream. We're going to be doing some marbles on stream if you guys are into that. I don't know if you've ever gotten a chance to play it. It's very fun. And we'll also be looking at weird articles, as we always do, but I thought the marbles would help break up the monotony. And then Wednesday, we'll be back with Oxygen Not Included. Yes, so if you guys want to catch me tomorrow, same time, so 6 p.m. Central US, which is, I want to say GMT -6, but I'm not 100% sure. But same time, Mach 6 Surface VTOL on KSP. Explain yourself. What is a Mach 6 Surface VTOL? I wish we'd leave the atmosphere. That would be so cool. 1,000 meters to go. How much did that hurt our... Oh, nice. Our apoapsis actually got to around where we wanted it. A flying... Oh! Mach 6 Surface VTOL. A flying MacBook. I got you now. I'm not really big on planes, so I probably wouldn't be the best person to attempt that. I have in the past made, it was like a quadcopter type thing, but it was with jet engines. And that was kind of fun to play around with in Sandbox, but I would never attempt that in real life, so to speak. Didn't have much use besides flying around the Space Center. All right, here we go. We're gonna head out to apoapsis finally. We're gonna go ahead and circularize. Circularization. Oh, Mach 6. You want a Mach 6 VTOL. Okay. I got you now. Hey, Gandalf Lundgren's here. I don't trust planes, it's true. Various reasons. KSP is very finicky with planes. I suppose they're finicky in real life too, but mostly I don't see a purpose for them. Like, it's cool that you can build them, but why would I want to when I could make a rocket or a cruise missile or literally anything else? What happened? Yes, planes killed my family. I don't trust them. Dirty planes. Air is a fun factor. Yeah, I suppose. I'll give it a shot. When I get towards the end of this campaign, we'll make some cargo planes or something and fly them around. But I'm not going to use them for any mission stuff, mostly because I don't have any reason to fly around on Kerbal except to launch rockets. You're fed, you're happy. Are you not streaming tonight? Or you were streaming earlier, I thought. Trying to keep track. Too many streamers to keep track of. We can't call ourselves the Space Cadets. Well, you're already in a team, so you don't count. But the Space Cadets is already taken, so we can't use that one. It's a real bummer. That's true. Balance. You gotta balance everything. You gotta take into account that your center of mass is gonna shift as you are draining fuel. Gotta make sure that the center of thrust is centered and all that stuff. Here we go. We're gonna adjust our inclination to match min-miss. And then we're gonna send this miner out to min-miss, and we're gonna attempt our first mining, docking, and transfer of fuel. Because we do have a space station orbiting around min-miss. It's not the best space station I've ever built, but it's definitely a space station. You didn't get home early enough to stream? Oh no. Yeah, when I'm on a very strict schedule for stream days. I gotta rush home, eat dinner in 10 minutes, and then set up the stream and be ready to go. You're on Final Fantasy V now, I see. How exciting. Only 3 more to go. Have I done a sequenced launch yet? No. And I don't know if I want to. That sounds like a lot of effort. All right, we are approaching our node again. Come on. There we go. I have this thing where I don't like to time warp unless everything is stable already, because I know that if you time warp, it automatically cancels any rotation or anything that's going on. Yes, he meant Mach and not a flying MacBook. You could make a Mach 6 MacBook, I suppose. Make a template and it can you when you say template, do you mean a... Let's see, we need to make sure we're on the same page here. Because when I think sequence launch, I think something using a cow controller, where you push a button and it just launches itself. Oh, you made pork stir fry. That's actually very similar to what I had yesterday, which was pork lo mein from the local Chinese place, of which there used to be 2, and now there are 1 because the other owners of the other one got deported. Very sad. The food wasn't that great though, so no big deal. A saved shuttle. So just like a what like a standardized loader type thing. Like this can launch up to 16 tons. This can launch up to 20 tons. That kind of thing. Stupid mun getting in the way. Come on. Always causing trouble. Ugh. All right, let's see how we're doing. That should be good. So how many orbits do we have to wait? 4 hours and 40 minutes. Great. Here we go. Hope nobody gets dizzy. Save shuttle. You can just strap shuttle to the top and not think about it. Basically weight brackets for different size payloads. Quicker late game. Yeah, I'll probably get around to doing that at some point. But maybe not also because I don't know, it's fun to design things from the ground up. Make everything bespoke. The mun is messing with my transfer here. It's very frustrating. In case you're wondering why I'm making you all dizzy. Oh, okay, we are approaching our burn now. Here we go. We're approaching. It's right there. Burn for a minute and 49 seconds. Really? It's a little high. Clown Fiasco made a B-52 shaped SSTO that can lift a full orange tank into orbit reliably. That's pretty impressive, actually. It's just a big plane. I have made a handful of space planes in my time playing KSP, and they don't really have any payload capacity. They get to orbit and then they come back down, and that's it. You can use mission control to set full launches to planets and make other ships in the meantime. Wait, in what game? I don't think that's in vanilla. Because if it is, that's pretty darn cool. I guess we can burn now. So you're saying I can use mission control to set full launches to planets and make other ships in the meantime. So what, it launches automatically? I don't have to do anything? That's definitely not in KSP. At least not in unmodded KSP. Unless they added it today. I think I slightly screwed up this maneuver. Oh well. One button and walk away? Okay, how do I do it? Tell me. I'm intrigued. Here we go. We are burning, burning, burning. I guess I could probably manually follow it, right? Follow the target maneuver thingy for however long it takes, which at this rate is a while. We're gonna have about 1,300 Delta V left. We should start seeing the rendezvous here shortly. Let's slow it down. There we go. Get nice and close. Perfect. I mean, we could probably get a little closer than that, right? Perfect. All right. So while Ash is typing that out and telling me how to basically tell the game to do what I want, I'm going to time warp to Minmus. Set up the counter. 10 seconds. And away we go. You getting the link? All right. Ash is providing us a link. Is this a link to a mod? Because if it's a mod, then it's not vanilla KSP, which is what I'm talking about. Obviously, I can get mech jeb or whatever. But this playthrough is strictly unmodded. But I suppose I could use it in my sandbox world if I wanted. All right, we have changed SOI. Do like 5 minutes out. Should be good. And let's check. So there is the min station there. We'll get a full load of ore, and then we'll take off and meet with that. Yep. Okay. Ooh, too far. Here we go. Yeah, MechJeb is an amazing mod, though straight up. That's... Yeah, I know. A lot of people swear by it. I feel like it takes away the most fun part of the game, which is flying the ships. But if you enjoy the building and the other aspects, the management aspects, it's probably very helpful. I understand that in KSP2, they're going to be having a pseudo MechJeb type thing where instead of actually flying physical vessels, you can do a mission once and then repeat it or something to that effect. Basically, it lets you do background missions without actually having to fly them. What? You've only put 1,000 hours into the game? I forgot. I just checked how much I had. I could swear it was close to 2,000 at this point. But I've never played with any mods in all my time playing KSP. As blasphemous as that might sound. Okay, so we need to figure out where we're gonna land. I thought it was 50%. It's right here. Perfect. I wish it was on the light side. That would be helpful. Guess we'll just do an orbit or two until it's lit up. We can't do any mining without sunlight anyways. It is a mod. I knew it. Okay. Gonna say, if I'm missing this feature, then something has gone horribly wrong in my life. But yeah, there are so many mods. And whether they're autopilots or adding new parts or adding new solar systems, they're all very cool, but I've never used any of them. Failing that, make a macro. Actually, I was watching Urban Venture streams the game as well. You guys are probably familiar with him. And he was making a CAL controller to do an automated launch of a ore shuttle from the surface of Minmus into orbit to rendezvous with a space station. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word space station. It's very obvious. Genius. Well, he can't quite get it to work, so because there's too many variables in the launch, like even just a tiny physics nudge can send you way off course. So there have been some issues with it. Launch script and then make copy and come back to a failed mission. Yeah, I suppose. All right, we're going to go anti-normal here. Basically, I'm going to try to land here. So here we go. And we can just burn all our fuel here, no problem. Because we're going to be regaining all the fuel and ore that we lose. So here we go. We're going to land somewhere. I don't know where exactly this is. I might have a flag. This is the Greater Flats. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, he was basically doing it by changing the the relative thrust of his engines to turn the ship. It's very finicky, and I didn't quite understand why anyone would bother. But he's done crazier things in the past, so I'll just chalk it up to being curious. Here is our landing position. Gear is down. I could have put lights on this. That might have been nice. Yeah, that's how I felt too. Like, why? I can't imagine that's more efficient than just flying a quick surface to orbit mission for Minmus. Shouldn't take that long. Maybe bragging rights. Speaking of bragging rights, we're coming in for a landing on Minmus. What's the bet on whether I'll land it or not? Yeah, I've got plenty of thrust away. This should be easy. Time over function. Surface mode has engaged. I land this for sure. There have been times where I've crashed mining ships, but those were poorly designed and did not have the thrust to weight ratio they required to land. Mostly on the Mun, because I always underestimate how powerful Mun's gravity is after going to min-miss a couple of times. A little suicide burn here. Not a problem. There we go. Wasn't quite a suicide burn, was it? I started a little early. It's fine, though. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. I want to be facing north. Like that. And by facing, I mean cockpit window facing north. Here we go, coming in for a nice easy landing on Minmus, my favorite place to visit. Mono, yeah, mono. No, no, no. That won't be necessary. Slow it down more, come on. There we go. All right, we've landed. So we're gonna go ahead and get everything extended out. And extend the drills. Ta-da! And begin the drill. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Start surface harvester. Start surface harvester. That kiss landing? You're liking the flying? I appreciate it. Like I said, I have like 2,000 hours in this game. I've played a lot. I'm not great at building craft, but I've gotten pretty good at flying them. So there we go. These are going to go ahead and fill up our 4 very slowly. And we're gonna let that happen. But while that's happening, we need to go check on Duna. Because I have a mission to get surface data, surface science from Duna. And in order to do that, I need to land on Duna. And in order to land on Duna, I need to get the Duna. Oh, perfect. Excellent timing. So we're going to go ahead and launch a quick rendezvous here from Ike to meet up with our transfer vehicle. Okay, ready? Everybody ready? Bring the ladder up. Let's go, Valentina. She is out here on Ike, and she is ready to head back to Duna, I think. So away we go. And this thing is capable of landing on Duna. because of the parachutes. In case you're wondering why it looks like this, it is because it can land on Duna. Oh, I should make sure I have set as target. Do a quick rendezvous here. Make sure we don't crash into anything. Ooh, that is going to be a nice rendezvous. Look at that. That is pretty dang close. Although we may need to do some tweaking here. Did you clip that? Wow, thank you. I'm terrible at remembering to clip things. I mentioned that earlier. Are we gonna be, shoot, we're gonna be behind? Is that what I'm seeing here? Not great. Can we catch up? No, we cannot. We'll just have to fix it in post. Let's get some sun. Just a little bit. Ooh, that is a nice Duna rise there. Beautiful. Poetic, if I do say so myself. All right, enough of that. Poetry time is over. It's time to time warp. Can we can time warp here. Okay, good. I know Gilly was giving me a hard time about time warping because I was too close to the surface, even though I was going 10 meters per second or whatever. That whole system, just Eve, Gilly, everything about it is designed to frustrate the player, I think. Ooh, we're just gonna miss it slightly. That is too bad. But that's okay. I know how to fix this. Very easy. Just gonna take a little bit of delta V. Da-da-da. Oh, I haven't showed you guys the new art yet, have I? Hang on a minute. Hang on, let me get this set up, and then I'll show you guys the new art. It just came in this morning. I put it in the Discord, but I know there's nobody in the Discord, so I'll just show it on stream. I better pause here. Okay, let me grab it. Ooh, nice size. Resize it. So let me know what you guys think. There we go. A clipping mod for KSP specifically? I don't know. How would that even work? Captures a lot. Oh, it like hooks into your game. All right, so this is the new art for the Star Shard character. Not a whole lot changed, just the coloration, the hands and the legs got added. So this is gonna be the base design for any, I don't know, future VTuber rig or whatever that I decide to get. Now let's get this out of here. What's me make out of? It's he's like a crystal man. He's made of star shards. And we're back. So we're gonna rendezvous on our next orbit, which is about what I would expect. So here we go. How do you guys do with rendezvous? I know I occasionally see people who are struggling with them. And I don't know how... I'm not a great teacher, you see. I don't know how to explain my thought process when I'm doing them. So I'm curious if you guys are... You're already proficient, how do you explain them to newer players? And if you're not proficient, why not? Looks good? Alright. Thank you. New Star Shard looked awesome. Yeah, I know, right? I took the original design, I was like, okay, this looks good, but what are some changes? And then I found an artist on Fiverr and was like, I like the art you did. Do art for me. Here's money. Apparently, if you want an artist, you gotta just go to Fiverr, and they got all kinds of folks on there. They'll draw whatever you want. $30, no questions asked. Just explain your actions without the technical terms. Shut up and take my money and draw what I demand. Exactly. I wish so much that I had some kind of creative thing that I did. Because, I don't know, it just seems like a useful skill to have. Some kind of... Okay, I need to get this situated. I better make sure I have enough RCS. Yeah, we got enough RCS. These ones don't use a whole lot. You are streaming created content. Yes, that's true. But it's not really, you know what I mean? Like sculpture or painting or drawing or digital art, that kind of stuff. Something creative. Like, yes, this is a form of art. Stickman is art. It's true. Stickman is art. I've drawn many a stickman in my day. In fact, actually, in addition to marbles on stream, we were thinking of doing some Gartic Phone tomorrow. So if you guys are fans of Gartic Phone, be there. We can only do it if we get enough people. So I guess show up and see if there's enough people. And if there's not enough people, just leave. It's fine. Everything's fine. Feel like this is gonna take a while. What is it? Gartic Phone? It's like Pictionary meets telephone. Basically, everybody writes down a prompt, and then the prompt goes to somebody else, and that somebody else has to draw the prompt. And then that drawing goes to somebody else who has to guess what the prompt was, and it goes down the chain until everybody has looked at each set of art. It's very fun. It gets out of hand very quickly. And you can either show off your art talent or lack thereof. There we go. Emmykins will be there. It's absolutely chaos, yes. But it's a ton of fun because at the end, you get a big, like, I don't know, ledger of prompt art, and you can see how it transformed from being Sonic X Shadow hiss while Tails looks on in the background to dinosaur fights McDonald's mascots, something like that. We are approaching the transfer vehicle. In this case, all we need to do is dock with it, transfer all the science over, then fly this back to Duna, which is right over there, then rendezvous with the Duna station, refuel this bit, and then land it down on the surface. No, it's telestrations. It's just telestrations, just online. There's no additional randomness. How does it normally go? She's played telestrations before, so she can probably explain the general nonsense. It's great when you have a couple people who are good at drawing and a couple people who are bad, because since it goes through everybody, it quickly just devolves. There's also a couple of other game modes that are okay, not great. But the main one is that, what I'm describing. All right, everybody, hydrate. Yes, there. Oh, the memes. Yes, there are so many memes that come from that. I think one of my favorite is Pika Bart, which is a combination Pikachu and Bart Simpson. That it was born, it lived, and then it died. And occasionally, this isn't from my stream, obviously, because I don't have any memes, but that was from one of the channels that I watch. What the actual? Oh, that's probably the most persistent one, but there were a few additional ones. In fact, I have a great prompt for tomorrow that I'm eager to try out. I'm not gonna spoil it here. Yeah, that's true. Tuesdays, me and Alien do a collab on Tuesday. We alternate channels. And it's been a blast. It's probably my most fun streaming night, even if there's not usually a lot of people. If you're not here for that, you're definitely missing out. So it is just chatting. It's nothing game wise. So if that's not your bag, then so be it. But we talk about a lot of things. We talk about art. We talk about life. Talk about memes, movies, music, the 3Ms. And this rendezvous is taking its sweet time. I guess that's a good thing, though. You don't want to come in super hot. What are actual cards? What are actual cards? There are actual cards. Okay. I don't know where I got what. I think I mixed up your one, the actual. What am I looking at here? Oh, there's a Pika Bart card. Oh no. I think that might exist independently of the stream that I saw. Just great minds think alike. But that's beautiful. You've never heard memes, movies, and music called the 3Ms? Well, you have now. That's what you can expect here on my channel. New words and the 3Ms. I'm gonna try to get a little closer here. I can see it in the distance. We're doing a monoprop. Yeah, we're doing fine. Can always get more. Oh no. I think Emmykins has a new favorite Pokemon. Probably not, though. She really likes Squirtle. The 4Ms? What is the fourth one? Movies, music, memes, and... Monster Girls. There we go. Movies, music, memes, and Monster Girls. More fucking memes. Yeah, there you go. That'll work. Memes all the way down, guys. You know what? We actually have very rarely talked about memes on this channel. So, oh, you want some financial advice. So, planning for your retirement is extremely important. Well, okay, it depends on what country you live in. Why is this here? That's one of my channel point redeems, because I'm a financial planner. And, okay, so depending on what country you live in, planning for your retirement is extremely important, especially if you live in the US, where there's very not much of a social safety net. You need to be saving and planning for it as soon as you possibly can. preferably when you're just getting out of high school. UK, yeah. So if you live in Europe, basically anywhere, you're safe. You don't have to think too much about it. So all of my advice is generally going to be US centric, but having a budget and having tracked your spending and all that stuff is still pretty good general advice if you are concerned about your money or if you're saving for something big. Because it's like exercising, or I guess dieting. If you are not tracking what you're eating, you can't tell if you're making progress. So before you even make a budget, you need to track your spending for at least a month, see what you're spending on what. Ooh, are we getting an eclipse here? No, we're not. I don't know why there were shadows. But yeah, I'm not familiar with the specifics of most European countries' retirement plans, but they're probably pretty generous. Real estate is great retirement. Well, that's not always a guarantee, but it's true. They're not making any more of it, right? You might as well get your hands on it if you can, especially in a small country like the UK or like Belgium or one of those smaller countries that don't have a lot of land. All right, here is our target. Unfortunately, we are kind of off center. Let's fix that. Wrong way. Spin her around. UK, it is privatized now, but mandatory. Explain the process. Oh, okay. So what I do here is what I call the crane game technique. Basically, I maneuver the ship so that the hatch is oriented up relative to where I'm looking. And then you use the J, K, L, I, H, and N keys. So J is going to push me to the left. L is going to push me to the right. I is going to push me down. K is going to push me up. H is going to push me forward. And N is going to push me back. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to line up my prograde marker, which is the little yellow one, with the target marker, which is the pink circle. And since I'm using SAS with target, I'm already pointing towards my target, so all I need to do is control the little yellow one. The mono keys. Yeah, I, J, K, L, H, and N. And I can also use the WASD to spin, like if I want to do that, like I'm doing right now. And it's kind of tricky. You really have to practice with this before you get used to it. So it's hard to really, you have to get a feel for it. It's one of those kind of things. But once you have a feel for it, it's very, very easy. Like that. See? Kopi B just learned about mono yesterday. Ooh, that was a huge thing to learn early on for me. Okay, we're going to shut off this engine. I'm like 90% sure that this has more Delta V than just... Oh no, that might be right, because the side boosters, or the side tanks, are still attached. Okay, Valentina. Out you go. Grab yourself the science. That is a lot of science. Here we go. Fun in. All right, let's review the science that we've got. Oh, that's all of it. Okay, I guess we need to get more then. So we want pressure data. We want temperature data. We want a crew report. And then we're going to have Nabby hop out and grab all the extra science. Using flags on your ship for orientation help. That's probably true, yeah. Like, I've done it so much, I'm not too worried about it. I just make sure the hatch is where I need it to be. But if you're still not used to that, then for sure that can help. Ike's Central Mountain. Oh, Ike has different biomes. That's cool. We're going to do a EVA Science. Get out that wing nut. Let's go. Ooh, look at it go. Wow. 105 science. That's a lot. I actually haven't played around with flags too much because... Oh, yeah. Let's dump the experiments. Okay. All right. Back to Duna we go. Let's make sure we're doing this the right way. We want to make sure we're coming in... Oop. Got the scroll wheel stuck on that. Make sure we're coming in the right orientation here. Oh, this is going to be super easy, isn't it? Just making sure... Okay, perfect. That's where we want. Take the ship and see how out of orbit you can get it. I'd rather not. Control from here. Go. Make sure we're pointing the right way. 160 meters per second for this. This is great. So we haven't even had to dig into our central tank yet, which is awesome. Here we go. We're gonna orbit. So final mission of the night is gonna be rendezvousing with the Dun Station, landing on Duna, and then finishing plant flag and science data from surface. And maybe we'll get lucky and spot a Duna stone or a blueberry or something. You want Emmykins to run a poll for just you and her? Is that what you want? Burn time 44 seconds. All right, 44 seconds it is. Let's go. There might be some other people in here, but kicking the ship isn't even a thing you can do in the game. What you're asking is impossible. Yeah, I mean, there's 13 people theoretically viewing, but like usually if people aren't talking in chat very much, they might not vote in the poll, from what I've noticed. It's very hard to get people, like, because, you know, when I watch Twitch, I'm usually at work, so it's hard to participate most of the time. And some people are trying to watch me to go to sleep, which is why I talk softly and slowly to lull you into a sense of security so you can fall asleep. You have to launch your I gotta launch my Kerbal at the ship. Just EVA right into it, yeah. Kaboom. That sounds like a good way to lose a Kerbal and a ship. ASMR. I'm not gonna do ASMR, guys, no matter how much you ask. You'll just have to take what you get. Alright, time to hydrate before this burn. Speaking of ASMR, I was playing Factorio on Friday over on Grumpy's stream, and I was looking up Factorio to see who else was streaming because I wanted to kind of gauge how many people were watching. And one of the results for Factorio, it was people who search for Factorio also search for whatever. All right, and before I continue this anecdote, wait, how much does chat ask? It depends. Sometimes chat is super bumping. Sometimes everybody's just kind of... Oh, for ASMR? Not very much. I think it's mostly a meme. But anyway, so people who search for Factorio also search for, and there was Amaranth stream. You guys all know Amaranth playing Just Dance in lingerie. I was like, so this is what people who search for Factorio are also searching for, huh? A scantily clad lady dancing around in her underwear. I guess we know the demographics of Twitch. Those searches. I know, right? I was like, that's not anywhere close to what I was looking for. I was looking for the game Factorio. But that's the day that I learned that I need to get Just Dance and dance around in my underwear. Because that's how you make the big bucks on Twitch, I guess. I wish it weren't the case, guys, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to do it. In these trying times, wait, ASMR Factorio? I don't want to imagine her doing ASMR anything, because I know that she already does, and I am not interested. ASMR kind of weirds me out. Like, I get it's not inherently sexual, but come on. Ridiculous. So anyway, maybe I could do Ring Fit Adventure. Although that's, I mean, I basically have to turn my living room into a studio at that point. And I don't think my wife would go for that. She barely allows me this corner of the living room as it is. To ask for any more would be, I don't know, kind of greedy. Each to, yeah. Like, I get why people might enjoy it. I just feel like there are other places you could go for that. All right, so this is at 80, so let's bring the periapsis down to 80. Because we're going to need to refuel this thing before we can land. Perfect. So a nice quick escape from Ike. And actually, while we are in high orbit of Ike, we can grab some additional science. So Factorio was actually a pretty good time on Friday. I hadn't played it in a while. They added a lot of quality of life stuff. And we had some people from chat playing, which was fun, because they were doing most of the work and we were just kind of running around talking. Which is nice. I imagine that's what a lot of streamers do when they stream games like Minecraft, where they have a big server. You just kind of walk around and watch what everybody else is doing. And it was nice. The mods are nuts with the drones. I mean, I haven't, like I said, I haven't played with any mods in KSP, but I also haven't played with any mods in Factorio. I typically avoid mods for most games. Stick around long enough and maybe you'll learn my philosophy about mods and how I feel about them. Okay, let's get some extra science here. Yep. Yep. And Nabby, go grab that science, please. And do some science of your own while you're out here. Take the data. Take the data. Take the data. And do a EVA science is the one. You avoid mods with all games, but you're 100% pro MechJeb. So you avoid all mods except for MechJeb? I guess that makes sense. Did you miss it? No, there haven't been any more explosions. I generally try to avoid them unless I'm doing something specific. And okay, so why don't I use mods? My philosophy on mods is if it's something that the developers could have added but didn't. Obviously, this doesn't apply to some games because we'll talk about that. If the developers could have added something but didn't, it's an intentional decision to not have it in the game for whatever reason. And I don't want to go stepping on their artistic vision of how the game should function. So some exceptions, obviously Bethesda games, which are absolutely broken without mods. Emmykins is a mod. Yeah, well, okay, we're talking about modifications to games, not moderators. Just so everybody's clear. I didn't think I'd have to explain that. And so Bethesda game, Skyrim, unplayable without mods. I've tried playing it vanilla several times. I get to the first little town and a cabbage like starts rolling around on the table and people shoot off into space. And I'm like, okay, this game's too buggy to like have the right to exist unmodded. Wait a minute. GTA, how can you slam them? This is a quote. How can you slam them when most incorporated features of games come from mods? We kind of need them. GTA Online fast load screens came from modders. So I'm not saying that I don't think mods should exist. I'm saying that I don't use them unless there is a reason to use them beyond simply making the game easier, which is what most mods aim to do. So I play a mod called X Pirates for classic XCOM, and it is a total overhaul mod. It's basically a sequel to the original game set hundreds of years in the future, totally new tech tree, totally different types of troops, new weapons, everything. And to me, that's not really a mod so much as it is a new game using the old game as a shell. I played FTL. I have played FTL. Wasn't really like my favorite game though. I appreciate what it is. I like a good roguelike, right? But yeah, it's not my favorite game. I think my favorite roguelike is probably Slay the Spire or Roguelite, right? It's not quite a roguelike. I like Slay the Spire because I like card games. You've never heard... Okay, wait a minute. You've never heard of the mod or you've never heard of Slay the Spire? Two very important distinctions. My friend is really into FTL, but he's kind of a video game hipster. Okay, so we got a milestone there. We escaped the gravitational influence of Ike. Gotcha. Good to know. And let's set that as target. And we should actually be able to get a rendezvous in a one quick maneuver here. We just wait till we get to our intersect. So we're going to switch to retrograde. So my mod selections are generally very limited, and I tend to avoid them in most games. Wait, I don't want the AI to be better. That game's hard enough as it is. And here we go. How many loops can we do here? That's 1, 2, 3. I think we can get 4. Can we get 5? I'll bet we can. Here we go. It's going around. It's going to be close. Ooh. What's it gonna be? Now I do typically like hardcore games with like permadeath and things, like XCOM. Classic XCOM, not so much. I like the newer ones just fine, but my heart belongs to old XCOM from the 90s. I will suggest it anytime I get the chance. If you like hard games, that are big and expansive, try Classic XCOM. It's basically free. It's like $5 on Steam. Get Open XCOM. It fixes all the bugs and makes it playable on modern systems. Plus, there's some cool mods. And by mod, I mean like total overhaul mods. They have a great mobile game of XCOM. I'm talking... Okay, wait a minute. When I say XCOM, I mean from the game from 1993. Not the modern, not XCOM Enemy Unknown or Enemy Within, not XCOM 2, although those are good games. I'm not going to say they're bad games. And you might be able to play the old one on mobile too, I don't know. It's XCOM 1. Yeah, there is XCOM 1, which is XCOM Enemy Within or Enemy Unknown as the expansion. Or no, Enemy Unknown and then Enemy Within is the expansion. But that is from like 2014, I think. Just ROM it. Yeah, you can just ROM it. It's fine. You can play it on phone, you can play it on PC. It's a very small game. But the main thing that I like about that game is that it's so good. Ooh, this is gonna be a tough one here. We don't quite have the thrust to weight to slow down enough. Luckily we didn't crash, which would have been pretty bad. Pretty bad. Should have started that burn a long time ago. Wow. Okay. I guess we're gonna do another loop or two. That's what I get. Tiny. So yes, that is my opinion on mods. I don't hate mods or anything. I think mods are great. I just don't use them most of the time. What I don't like is when people play with mods that make the game easier and then say, oh, you've got to play with this mod. It's the only way to play. Like, no, you're just making the game easier for yourself. Like, if it's designed to be a difficult game and you mod it to make it easier, don't say you're playing the game, you know, some other way. Yes, everyone is different. That's true. That's why mods are great. You can tailor your experience. Just don't tailor it too much. It'll rot your brain. Except for Skyrim. Do whatever you want with that. I can rant about Skyrim for so long, at least 5 minutes. Which in retrospect isn't very long. That's how Grumpy feels about Star Sector. Modders don't have to consider game balance when they're designing. That's another thing. Like, it's easy enough to go make a mod for a game and make it easier. Or to change something that can inadvertently affect game balance in a way that is detrimental to the experience of the game. Like RimWorld, for example. If you just get a mod that, say, lets you store entire stacks of items instead of one item at a time, well, you've fundamentally changed the way that the game is played. Because no longer do you have to make big, vulnerable warehouses of goods. You now just make a vault and store everything in there, and it's not a problem anymore. Bad modders don't like the game, so they change it. Yes. Oh, I don't. That doesn't need to be a channel point reward. That just happens organically. I don't think I could rant about Skyrim with a channel point redemption. It wouldn't feel right. All right, another loop the loop here. We're almost done. We just got to do this rendezvous. We'll go land on Duna, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. How does that sound? Grumpy, you know what? I haven't asked you this. We've talked about games we like. What's a game that you hate? Because I think that tells you more about someone than games that they like. Maybe not. I guess you don't have to like hate it, just you strongly dislike. All right. Target. So we're going to be coming, okay, we're going to be coming at 48.4. We should be able to make that work. 59 minutes. Oh, shoot. Oh, boy. Okay, let's try to slow it down this time. Get it down to, say, 10 meters per second. There we go. Drama Tuesdays. Oh, it is Tuesday. That's because you're in UK, yeah. It's already past midnight there. You don't have any. Yeah, exactly. Like, you just don't play a game you don't like. It's like having a movie that you hate. But, like, you must have played a game at one point that you just really didn't like. And I guess a game that you don't like that a lot of people do like is a better example of this. So, for example, if you hated Breath of the Wild or didn't like Breath of the Wild, even though most people would say it's really good, that's an example of what I'm talking about. Donkey's Drama Tuesday. Did he even do even one of those? You don't like... Okay, you don't like hero-based shooters. Gotcha. Well, okay, Overwatch is a hero-based shooter. Valorant... I don't actually know what Valorant is. Apex Legend is a battle royale, I think. But yeah, I played a little bit of Fortnite because it was free, and I'm like, well, I can give it a shot. It looks kind of fun. And it was okay, but it is absolutely not for me. Grumpy Thumper likes Modern Warfare because it's simple. My favorite first-person shooter game is Battlefield 2142, not 2042, the new one, 2142, the game from 2006 or 2005 or whenever. It was the sequel to Battlefield 2. It was super good. It had hover tanks. It had mech walker armor. It had giant hover battleships that would fly around the map and rain down havoc. So much fun. The Minecraft thing with the streamer? Oh, Dream? Yeah, I suppose. I just remember he did the joke where, like, Among Us Wednesdays is now Minecraft Wednesdays, Minecraft Mondays is now Fortnite Monday or whatever. For 3 weeks, exactly. Oh, you liked, was it was it Battlefield 1? That was World War 1. Verdun, that's another World War 1. That's the only... There's also Postscriptum, but that's more recent. It's hard to remember all the games names that I haven't played but have heard of. I did play a little bit of Verdun, which was a good time. You basically die in one hit, and there's gas attacks, and it's just a mad dash to try to take the trenches. That was kind of fun. Very different from the more dynamic battlefields of like Call of Duty. What time is Gardic phone? It's gonna be at my normal time, which you can check the schedule. It's 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, which I think is GMT -6, so midnight UK time, basically. It was Battlefield 5. Wait, Battlefield 5 was World War II. I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, this rendezvous is taking forever. Why did I agree to this? Okay, it was World War II, not World War I. Yeah, the Battlefield game that was World War I was Battlefield 1 because, you know, the names aren't confusing enough already. The first Battlefield game was called Battlefield 1942. It's very obvious. It is a battlefield game, like whatever that is, that takes place in 1942. It's a World War II game, and it's super fun. And unfortunately, they've decided to turn it into a Call of Duty clone now instead of sticking with the formula that made it very popular. Oh, hey, look who's here. Possibly an alien has arrived. What are you... The drilling portion of the stream has concluded. You missed the drilling. I guess I can stop over there briefly after this mission. And Alien, I was just telling everybody about Gardic Phone. I hope you're excited for tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. What's not gonna be fun is gonna be my work day because it's the first of the month, which means I have a bunch of work I gotta do. Okay. Rip to the drill. I mean, it's still going on. Can we talk about the names of things? Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. We had Windows 2000, Windows 98, Windows Me, Windows 3.5. Yeah, it's... I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me most of the time. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is I want to point to the done station, like so. Yeah, that's enough of that. Okay, then I need to go. Let's grab the science, because I'm going to drop that off while I'm over there. Can you grab it, Valentina? Come on. Take the data. Thank you. And where is the hatch? Oh, it's down here. Being at the wrong part of the ship. The Xbox Series. Yeah, that I don't know. Like PlayStation, they got it. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, 4, 5. Easy. No questions asked. We know what each one is. Okay. So let's make sure we're locked on to the proper thing. We're going to come in from the top. So let's scooch on over that way. We're going to need to get above the station. Make sure we're pointing at the target. Let's see. Wait, yeah, PlayStation is good for doing that. It's like you have the first one, now you get the second one. You don't have to mess around with it. Like the Xbox 360 is the Xbox 2, and the Xbox One is the Xbox 3, and the Xbox Series whatever the heck is Xbox 4. I think. See, I don't even know. Okay. You're agreeing with us. Like, I guess you could give them... and like, Nintendo gives them names, right? Which is kind of annoying. Like, what is the GameCube? Oh, it's the Nintendo 4. Kind of. It's a little bit different, because they're always trying to reinvent the wheel for some reason. The PS1 Slim is just the PS1, though. Like, there's nothing... Aside from the outside, it's the same thing. And they make them slim because people like that, I assume. Speaking of PlayStation things, I have a PlayStation Vita. Does anybody have a PlayStation Vita that wants to admit it? I bought it for one game. That one game, Persona 4 the Golden, a game which is now available on Steam. You know how much I spent on the PlayStation Vita plus the collector's edition of Persona 4 the Golden? I don't know, but it was a lot of money. All right, there we go. We're done with that. More than 200. Maybe like 300. I don't actually know. Why is this like this? Lock it. Okay. They're both locked now. Good. So how are we doing on science in here, guys? We have too much, huh? That's a first. So now we need to fill up the ship, so we'll do that right now. That station. Oh, you like the station design? Yeah, it's like iteration number 5 or something. I can never quite get it the way I want, but I think this is about as good as I can do. Took a lot of finagling. Too big. Oh yeah, no, this how did I launch the solar panels? No, so what I did, I'll show you once I finish this fueling. Okay, there we go. So what I did was I just folded them. Why is this locked? No, unlocked. What? Engaged. Locked? No. Did I lose power? I lost power, chat. Well, that's not great. We are out of power. We're gonna have to wait till the sun comes back. You gotta get out of here. Oh yeah, go yeah, get that going. You don't wanna fall behind again. Go around the planet. I'm trying to. Where the heck's the sun? It's coming up. Okay. So basically what I did was these arms fold down below here, and then you just make the panels be closed and no problem. Always bring extra bats. It usually isn't a problem. But while I'm here, yeah, the stuff's not gonna work, but Valentina can hop out. We have another pilot on board. Svetlana is our pilot on the station. So she's gonna take all the data and she's gonna put it in the lab. You're having a late dinner. Holy cow, alien. I guess I don't know how late you stay up, so maybe it's normal. But if I had dinner this late, I wouldn't be going to sleep for another 2 hours. That's true. I did give my sister a Nintendo DS and bought a new one. Yeah, I've wasted a lot of money on stuff over the years. It's kind of embarrassing. But hey, now I can share it on stream for your entertainment. Yeah, see how that works? It works well. Everybody hydrate. Blah. Water. All right, what am I missing? What am I missing? Nothing. Yeah, I want to show you guys these joints, but also, you know, here, we'll just time warp here. There shouldn't be any issues. Other than maybe that getting a little far from us. Okay. There we go. Power is back. So what I did was I folded down the solar panels, turn off the lock, and then you just fold them down like that. The joints are, I don't think the joints are DLC. I think I mean, they might be. I've had all the DLC since forever. So all you do is you lock them in place, extend them out, boom, instant station. Folded up and ready to launch. All right, so enough of that. Let's re-dock with the transfer vehicle. Oh, did we didn't get a full fuel, did we? Hold up. Let's redock and make sure we got extra fuel. Old game, the pain of many hours building in space. Yeah, I guess if you're just docking stuff, that's kind of a pain in the butt. I do like the new system where you can actually build in space, right? Okay, there is a little bit more fuel, a lot more fuel that I need to load up here. Because we needed basically every drop of fuel to get off the surface of Duna. It was an interesting conundrum. I was worried that I would run out. Okay, so undock now. Switch over to Valentina. Move away from the station and head over to the Duna lander. We should be able to set as target now. There we go. We do have power. So that's good information to add more batteries in the newer designs of that station. Basically every iteration of that station has had something wrong with it that I've needed to fix later in the newer designs. But this is the most recent station, so it is the most advanced of them all. What about the circular batteries? I do have some circular batteries here on the solar arms. I could probably stick some more in various places, or even just add some of those big, bulky square ones. Okay, we need to speed this process up here. I'm already up past my bedtime. But I do it for you guys. I'm here for your entertainment, like a dancing monkey or a clown. Take your pick. There's the real big circular ones, I suppose. I was thinking of the big blocky square ones. Rainbow Yeti is back? Still here? Hogging? None of the above? Okay, what are we talking here? Wait, what are pulse engines? Like a clown fiasco? Yeah, like a clown. Well, I feel like a clown fiasco is like a clown car crashes into a building or something and all the clowns like pop out and they're all injured and bleeding. You've been playing RimWorld. How is your colony going, by the way? My friend was just telling me how he's playing with a mod that allows his colonists to have children, and I guess all his monster girls have just been popping out children one after the other. And then I told him never to tell me about his RimWorld game again. Ooh, we're coming at it from the wrong side. I do not have the solar sail engine because that's not a thing in vanilla. We need to flip this thing around. Unfortunately, we can't use SAS because this is not a pilot Kerbal, so we just have to be extra gentle and use the fine controls as best we can. So let's do that. Interstellar travel with those is great. There is no interstellar travel in vanilla KSP. I think you've been playing modded so long, you don't know what's what. Okay, wait, we're pointing at the wrong thing. There we go. We want to point at that. We play so much mod. Yeah. KSP 2 is set to have interstellar travel, which I'm very excited about. Because that was one of the things, well, not so much the interstellar travel, but the colony aspect of it is something that I very much would have liked to have in vanilla KSP 1. But we never got it. So seeing it in KSP 2 is going to be a real treat, because I haven't played with any of those colony mods, although maybe I can. Maybe I'll do some modded stuff before I finish up with KSP 1. When you played it, there was no DLC and no extra features, so bare bones. Yeah, I kind of like that though. It's like you getting a Lego set. Like, here are the pieces, here's what you can do, go nuts. I guess more Legos is better, right? You know, maybe that's a part of why I don't like mods, is that I had Legos as a kid, right? And occasionally I would get a Mega Bloks set. And they would get mixed in with my Legos. But I didn't want Mega Bloks, I wanted Legos. So anytime I came across a Mega Bloks piece, I got angry. And now that I think about it more, I feel like I could have separated them into a separate bin, so I didn't keep pulling them out of the Lego bin. But I was a kid, so I didn't think about that. Alright, locking. Sort of locking on target. I guess it's going to be a little off center here, but the magnets will do most of the work. There we go. Just as long as we stay aligned with it, we should be fine. Make sure we are that up here. Gonna be a little bit off center. Maybe we can get a better target there. Oh, so we can. Yeah, I did a lot of weird stuff as a kid that I'm glad I don't remember most of it. All right, perfect. We did it. Now, this is where the fun begins. We can go land on... Oh, we can ditch these too. Let's prepare to do that, actually. So disable... No, this engine is already deactivated. So actually what I'm gonna do here... Oh, this is gonna be cool. So I'm gonna bring this under 50K, I think. 'Cause that's where the atmosphere starts. And we'll say down to like 30. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to decouple the fuel tanks. That's not what I wanted. There we go. And then undock, probably point a different direction. We are in fact coming in for a landing. So I'm gonna undock Valentina. And then unfortunately I'm gonna have to manually fly this because Navi is an engineer and cannot fly for some reason. And I didn't think to put a probe core on this. Okay, come on. And I just need to get my periaptus back up to 80. So there we go. Just got to be very careful here. Oop, getting a little bit wobbly here. Boy, can you imagine trying to play without SAS even being an option? Ooh. Okay, that's good enough. Switching to Valentina now. We'll put her retrograde. Yeah, no, I guess I could have. Yeah, I guess I could have done that. But the problem is I was gonna send her off that way. So I wouldn't want to have Valentina in that ship as it's accelerating away from this ship. But I would have sent a third pilot, but I didn't have a third or a second pilot available when I was launching this mission. So I just brought the one. I have a shortage of pilots at the moment. I should do some rescue missions off stream to gather some up. So we should now be entering the atmosphere without having to use any of our fuel, which is nice. Unfortunately, I have no idea where we're going to come down, so that could be a problem. This is purely luck of the draw. Make sure our solar power is doing all right. But you know what? We've got rogues. We've got rogues first, then big shoots. Got it. All right, here we go. What month will we land? I don't know. At some point tonight. Like I said, I was gonna try to wrap it up, but missions in KSP, they're always throwing curveballs at me. And we can't time warp, but we can check on that debris and see if it's gonna lose altitude or not. Yeah, Duna Periapsis is 30 kilometers. Kerbal. Oh, wow. How have I never heard that one before? Kerbal's. Yeah, it's got the little space balls there. Whoop. So, I guess this is kind of the winding down portion of the stream, because once I land this and do the flag and stuff, then we're done for the night. So if you've got any last words that you want to say in the next couple of minutes here, feel free. For those of you who aren't familiar with me, I don't know how you found me, but thanks. Oh, I gotta stop pushing buttons. If you like my stuff, then feel free to come back anytime. I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And sometimes Saturdays. Yes, okay. I don't have any inspirational music queued up. So just pretend that inspirational music is playing and that I am giving a great speech, and I'll just wait for you to finish imagining that. You found me by a random click and the headphones. I'm glad the headphones are doing something, because I'm serious. I was borrowing these from my wife to do gaming stuff over Discord. And when I started streaming, I didn't have a microphone, so I was just using the headset. And now this is how I exist on on Twitch. And until I get my VTuber rig in a year or two, you're gonna have to watch me and the kitty headphones and so on and so forth. But hey, if you guys like I said, if you guys like what I do, that stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. What else? Tomorrow I will not be here. I will be on possibly an Aliens channel. We'll be doing Marbles on stream, probably, and Gardic Phone, almost definitely. Oh boy, what was that? Aga Cash, thank you very much for following. I appreciate you. I don't know why I started this ending speech so early, where it's gonna take a while to land. I should have talked about something else for a bit. What do you guys think of Duna? It's probably my favorite place to land that's not in the Kerbal system. Well, no, Ike is my favorite, but, you know, Duna's good too. Although I've never been to any place besides the Duna and Eve system, so maybe Moho will be fun, or Drez, or one of the Jewel Moons, or even Elu, which unfortunately is way out there, so I won't be landing there for a while, I don't think. I do need to check, actually, before the next stream. I need to get a Eve window and a Duna return window, so I can get those sorted out, because I need to send Valentina and the other one back in that nuclear-powered craft. And then I need to get the mining rig out to Gilly to start fueling up all the ships over there. Here we go. One thing that I don't like about landing on other planets is that the music keeps playing even when you're in the atmosphere. So you know how Kerbal has that cutoff? Like you go into space, the music starts, you come back from space, the music stops. Duna doesn't have that, Eve doesn't have that, it's just space music all the way through. So it makes it hard to know when you are in the atmosphere. I guess you can look at the little meter. And what else? What else? What do you guys like to do? You guys like to watch movies? Oh, is that suborbital that I see? And of course, the debris has managed to catch itself somehow inside the atmosphere and yet able to orbit. All right, game. I see ya. Oh, here we go. We got some something Russia something. It doesn't fit. Oh, are you trying to put in the Russian national anthem? You could have just said the Russian national anthem begins playing. That would have, I think everyone knows that for the most part. And yeah, there are character limits on chat messages, probably for good reasons. Also, if you would like to know, this is actually kind of important. If you guys want a better, actually, oh my gosh, I'm so dumb because I'm saying this and I totally forgot to do it today. If you follow me on Twitter, or if you go on the Discord channel, I will announce when I am going live, which I did not do today, so it invalidates my previous statement. Please disregard. I need to probably set that up to be a little more automated because I'm never gonna remember. And yeah, there's the Discord link if you guys want it. It's, you know, just a place to go and talk. It's a Discord channel. You guys know how it works. But the most important thing is you get a little Discord ping whenever I go live, except for tonight. Can we pop the parachutes yet? Or are we still going too fast? I mean, we're in a suborbital trajectory. You'd think that we'd be good by now, but I guess not. Ooh, you getting eaten by the... Make a macro activated from your phone to cue the alert. Yeah. Yep, these are all great ideas. I'll have to look into the automation portion of it. I know there's a bot that can do it. But I feel like all the bots that I've looked at that do fancy things cost money. And if I just remembered, if I had like a little sticky note that's like, don't forget to put in the Discord and Twitter that you're going live so people don't miss it, I'd probably remember to do it. I mean, Twitch sends out the alerts too, right? If you're following. And I feel like if you're following me on Twitter and or Discord, you're already following me here. So it's a little redundant. But the streamer that I watch, I follow him on Twitter and in Discord, and even though he usually streams when I'm streaming, so I can't watch, I do like to catch the VODs. What is auto hotkey is free? Auto hotkey. Okay, I'll check that out. So here we go. We are finally entering the thicker part of Duna's atmosphere. It only took us 20 minutes. And I should get this upper atmosphere stuff while I'm here, before I forget. Crew reports. Ooh, how are we doing on monoprop? About half-ish? A little more than half. We should be fine. This will be our last Duna mission for a while, I think. So tell me about this auto hotkey thing. I'm curious now. All right, so now we're gonna pop the drogue chutes. They did not deploy. Why they no deploy? Okay. Did these not gonna deploy? Do I need to deploy them manually? Oh, there they go. Oh, right, I forgot that I had them screwed up. What? Yep. And there we go. It was the pressure. I had changed 2 of them, but I forgot to change the other 2. But they should be good now, because I just repacked them after last time. All right, here we go. Coming in for a landing. This is going to be a beautiful parachute Duna landing. They're always so nice when you don't have to use engine power. Just slowing us down very slowly. We can actually probably physics warp here, to be honest. But I better pop the other parachute first. Yeah. So let's go ahead and physics warp. I feel like I could have physics warp like most of the descent, but I don't trust the Kraken when I'm playing with no reverts, so I prefer not to physics warp if I can avoid it. It's integrated into your PC, and through that can interact with any program or function your PC can do, including HTTP. Oh. It's just like a macro thing. So dodgy using the engine to speed it up. Yeah. So I don't like to do it, but I'm in a hurry, so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to try to spot any potential Duna stones out and about. I don't see any. I would normally notice like a glint or something. But yeah, there's nothing out here. Hopefully we're not coming down any place too rocky. Oh wait, what is that? I see something. Okay, well I can't get a good look at it. That must be, I think that might be a Duna dune. Maybe right there. But yeah, so physics warp is kind of it's a scary prospect, like I said, when you're playing on hard. And here we go. Unfortunately, we're coming in on the dark side, or the night side of Duna. but it's still fun. You can see what's going on. Ooh, what is that? That's cool. I'm gonna go check that out. And sploosh. Wow, that was a bit of a hard landing, huh? Luckily, we didn't use any of our fuel for that, so I'm happy. Take the data, take the data. Get the rest of the data. We do not have a connection back, unfortunately. So we'll just gather it all now. Gather the crew report. Do not override the crew report. Take data, take data, take data. Take data, board. Crew report. Got it. Imagine coming into a planet or a worm and something tried to eat your ship. Now that would be kind of interesting. I don't think it would work well in KSP because KSP doesn't give you any real way to avoid that. Shoot. Tuna flag. This is for a mission. Yep, it sure is. Midlands. Take a surface sample. I sure hope I didn't already land at Duna's Midlands, because that would be annoying. Okay, I landed in the lowlands. Perfect. So this is all brand new. Okay. So we're gonna do the EVA science real quick. Lasers build missiles, use hunks of mass to make projectiles. Yeah, I suppose there's some like creative ways you can go for it, but the game's not really based around fighting giant alien worms or anything like that. It's just it's way over there. I think we need one of the crane arm or the scanning arms to do anything with that. So we'll just leave it for now. And with that, that mission is complete. I'm gonna head back to the Space Center. And finally, everyone has already left, but the stream is now officially over. I am going to see who is streaming KSP, if anyone, and I will send you guys on your way over there. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. I'm not even on Twitch. What am I doing? Ah, Gandalf is streaming Kerbals, so we'll send you guys over to Gandalf. So good night, everyone. I don't think I screwed anything else up here. It has been a lot of fun. Yes, thank you everyone for talking in chat. It makes my night go by so much nicer. It's great to hear from everybody and what you're up to and all that stuff. So, oh, what's that? I forgot how to use Twitch, guys. Hang on. I think I didn't get enough sleep last night. So, we will raid Gandalf Lundgren. Here we go. Start the raid. He's doing a stimulation right now. So, good night, everyone. Say hello to Gandalf. See you tomorrow.